The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. I remember when I was in high school, I studied a poem which struck terror to my heart. I still recall the opening lines, which went, I fled him down the nights and down the days. I fled him down the arches of the years. I fled him down the labyrinthine ways of my own mind. Some of you will recognize the author as Francis Thompson, and the poem as the Hound of Heaven. And it's still terrifying. But think how much more fearful it would be if the hound you were fleeing from was a hound of hell.
Good Lord! What's that?
I don't know, Sir Henry. Some sound they have on the moor, I think.
Don't coddle me, Watson. When the people of the moor hear that cry, what do they say it is?
They say it's the cry of the Hound of the Baskervilles, seeking its prey.
Our mystery drama, The Hound of the Baskervilles, was especially adapted from the Sherlock Holmes classic for the Mystery Theater by Murray Burnett and stars Kevin McCarthy. It is sponsored in part by General Electric Citizen Band Radios and Buick Motor Division. I'll be back shortly with Act One. The mantle of immortality is elusive and unpredictable. Two fictional characters, created at the turn of the century by Arthur Conan Doyle, have become undying legends. So strong is the public belief in their existence that the City of London recently granted the owner of the premises at 221B Baker Street the right to change the number of that address permanently, in order to avoid the hordes of tourists flocking to see the actual living quarters of Sherlock Holmes and his colleague, Dr. Watson. Our story today starts in those very rooms in the year 1902.
My training as a medical man made me an early riser. Sherlock Holmes wasn't. On this morning, my friend was at the breakfast table while I was intently examining a cane that had been left behind by a visitor who had missed us last night.
Well, Watson, what do you make of it? You've been looking at the cane for some time. Since we've been so unfortunate as to miss the owner and have no notion of his errand, this accidental souvenir carries some importance. Let me hear you construct the man by an examination of it.
Well, very well, Holmes. Really, it's child's play to read that the man's name is James Mortimer, that he's a physician. But I would go further and say he's an elderly country practitioner who does a great deal of his visiting on foot because the end of this stick is very heavily worn down.
Excellent, Watson.
Now, the stick was given to him by the Friends of the CCH, which I take to be the Something Hunt, a local group to whom he's possibly given some assistance. Now, has anything escaped me?
Now, here, let me have a look at it, Watson.
Well, I trust there's nothing of importance I've overlooked.
No, Watson. This man is certainly a country practitioner who walks a great deal.
Then I was right.
To that extent. But since we know that the man is a doctor, is it likely that presentation to him would come from a hospital rather than a hunt? And when we see the initials CCH, does not Charing Cross Hospital leap to the mind? Can we not also infer that such a presentation would be made at the time he left, perhaps to practice in the country? And since the date is on the stick, and it's only 5 years ago, it's highly unlikely that an elderly, well-established physician would go into country practice. So, we now have a young fellow, amiable, unambitious, and possessor of a favorite dog, which I should say is, It was larger than a terrier and smaller than a mastiff.
Come, Holmes. Well, the dog is too much.
No, not at all. If you'll observe these tooth marks in the middle of the stick, where the dog has been accustomed to carry it. The dog's jaw is too broad for a terrier and not quite broad enough for a mastiff. It may well be... It is. A curly-haired spaniel.
My dear Holmes, how can you possibly be so sure of
For
that?
the very simple reason that I see the dog itself on our doorstep. And there is the ring of its owner, and we shall soon discover why he has come to see us.
The appearance of our visitor was a surprise to me because although Holmes had correctly deduced his age, his back was already bowed, and he walked with a forward thrust of his head. As he entered, his eyes fell upon the stick in Holmes's hand, and he ran to it with an exclamation of joy.
Ah, I'm so very glad. I wouldn't want to lose that stick for the world.
Presentation, I see.
Yes, indeed.
From Charing Cross Hospital?
From some friends there on the occasion of my marriage.
Ah, dear, that's bad.
I beg your pardon. Why was that bad?
Well, only that you've disarranged our little deductions. We had surmised that you left the hospital.
Oh, and so I did. Immediately upon my marriage.
Ah.
It was necessary to make a home for my wife.
Well, we weren't so far wrong after all. Now, Dr. Mortimer, I think it wise if you'll tell me what the exact nature of the problem is in which you ask my assistance.
And then, to my astonishment, the physician took a worn and ancient manuscript from his pocket and read to us a most horrifying tale concerning the manor of Baskerville, located in Devonshire, and the origin of a curse on the Baskerville line. The manuscript told of the abduction of a young girl on Michaelmas Eve and locking her up in Baskerville Hall. The girl, being both courageous and ingenious, dared to escape from an upper floor by clambering down the ivy and then setting off across the moors towards her home.
Upon discovering that the maiden had indeed escaped, Hugo Baskerville became as one possessed, and he cried aloud before his companions that very night he would render his body and soul to the powers of evil if he might overtake the girl with the hounds he would set upon her.
Excuse the interruption, Doctor, but you're certain of the authenticity of this document?
Oh, absolutely, Mr. Holmes. It's in the form of a letter from the third Hugo Baskerville to his sons, explaining why they should fear going out on the moors at night.
I see. I presume that manuscript gives a reason.
No, it most certainly does. The Hound of the Baskervilles. If you let me continue. Hugo's companions, riding after him across the moors, came upon a night shepherd, a man so crazed with fear that he could scarce speak. He told the riders that he'd not only seen the maid running for her very life, but also Sir Hugo on his black mare and running mute behind him, such a hound of hell as God forbid should ever be at my heels. When I come to the close, Mr. Holmes, it says here that 3 riders came upon the body of the maid, dead from fatigue and fear, and also the body of Sir Hugo Baskerville, with a great black beast, larger than any mortal hound, ravening at Sir Hugo's throat with its jaw dripping blood. Well, such is the tale, my sons, of the coming of the Hound, which is said to have plagued the Baskerville family so sorely ever since. Well, Mr. Holmes, would you find it interesting?
Only to a collector of fairy tales.
Well, then how would you classify this newspaper account in the Devon County Chronicle of 3 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago. Regrettable death of Charles Baskerville. Body found at Fanedew Alley of Baskerville Hall. Pronounced dead by his friend and physician, James Mortimer. That's you. Coroner's verdict, cardiac exhaustion. Despite some strange aspects of the death... Well, now, Dr. Mortimer, everything seems straightforward, but evidently you entertain some doubts in the matter. Something you didn't state to the press or at the inquest?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. When I first saw the body, Sir Charles lay upon his face, his arms out, fingers dug deep into the ground, and his features convulsed into such a grimace of terror that I, his best friend and physician, hardly recognized him.
Dear me. No physical injuries?
None. But although Harrison, the caretaker who found the body, said he saw no traces at all upon the ground, I did, Mr. Holmes, I did.
Footprints?
Footprints?
A man's or a woman's?
Neither. They were the tracks of a gigantic hound.
And your reason for withholding this information at the inquest?
Because the people of the countryside do not share your opinion about the curse hanging over the Baskerville family. Sir Charles himself believed in it, and I certainly had no wish to add fuel to the flames. Besides...
Yes?
Well, there's a realm in which the most acute and most experienced of detectives is helpless.
You mean the supernatural? Well, I confine my investigations to this world, and I cannot understand why you are now consulting me.
But I came to ask your advice about what I should do with the heir, the new Sir Henry Baskerville, who arrives in Waterloo Station in exactly 1 hour.
Meet him, take him to a good hotel, and both of you come back here tomorrow at noon.
Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson, this is Sir Henry Baskerville.
How do you do? I'm all at sea. I have been ever since I got the news of my uncle's death and my inheritance. I had no idea Uncle Charles was so well fixed.
Dr. Mortimer, as the executor of the estate, can you tell us, are there any other claimants?
No, sir. And then this morning, I find this note at my hotel, and one of my brand new boots is missing.
May I see the note?
Of course. Dime novel stuff, if you ask me.
As you value your life or reason, keep away from the moor. We must all agree there's nothing supernatural about this. Now, the missing boot?
A brand new pair. I bought them just yesterday. Left them outside my hotel door to be polished, and one of them's gone this morning. I can only tell you that there's no devil in hell and no man upon earth who can prevent me from going to the home of my own people.
And so it was arranged that on Saturday I was to accompany Sir Henry and take up residence with him at Baskerville Hall, because Holmes was insistent that someone be with Sir Henry at all times. When Holmes and I called to pick up Sir Henry at his hotel Saturday, we found the young baronet in a rage.
I won't be played for a sucker in this hotel.
You still haven't located your boot, Sir Henry?
But this is a different one.
What?
I got the other one back, and now I'm missing an old black one. I'm beginning to think this hotel is nothing but a den of thieves.
I think it's very odd and damnably dangerous.
Mr. Holmes, if you know something, you should inform us so that we may...
Dr. Mortimer, I know only that you were concerned about the safety of Sir Henry, and quite rightly so. I also know that someone knew that you were in this hotel and saw fit to warn you to keep away from Baskerville Hall and the moor. Now, we all know that there were extremely suspicious circumstances surrounding the death of Sir Charles Baskerville. I therefore suggest that anything out of the ordinary, such as the curious incidents with the boots, must be taken very seriously.
Well, surely you must be joking about the boots, Holmes. I fail to...
My dear Watson, did you bring your revolver, as I asked?
Well, of course.
Good. Carry it at all times.
Well, I confess your instructions are making me nervous.
They should have precisely the opposite effect. Now, Dr. Mortimer, as executor of Sir Charles' will, you know the exact amount of the estate. Is it considerable?
Well, I should say that a sum in excess of £740,000 is indeed considerable.
Dear me. That is a stake for which a man might well play a desperate game. In the event something happens to Sir Henry, who stands to inherit?
Even a distant cousin named James Desmond. And if you have any suspicions in that direction, let me inform you, he's a clergyman in his 70s.
Thank you. Now, Watson, I want complete and daily reports from you. When the crisis arises, as it surely will, I will direct you how to act. Now, gentlemen, goodbye and Godspeed.
Ever since I was old enough to read, I have delighted in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes and his bumbling but lovable colleague, Dr. Watson. The game is afoot, and we'll be back shortly with Act 2. One of our most successful writers of modern detective stories once made a terrible pun, but a perceptive comment on Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's stories about Sherlock Holmes. It went this way: "Be they ever so humble, there's no police like Holmes." I agree wholeheartedly. And now we have the pleasure of rejoining Dr. Watson, Sir Henry Baskerville, and Dr. James Mortimer in the wagonette, carrying them and their luggage across the moors on the way to Baskerville Hall.
Hello, look at that, Sir Henry and Watson. I believe it's a mounted soldier with a rifle. Pull up, driver! Pull up!
Not to worry, sir. He's on the watch for a convict that escaped from Princeton. The farmers here don't like him. He's a man that will stop at nothing. It's Selden, the Notting Hill murderer. I gave an involuntary shudder. It was a case Holmes had taken an interest in because of the ferocity of the man, Selden, who escaped the death penalty only because his atrocious conduct had led to doubts about his sanity. As I shivered, the wagon swept onto a long driveway where stood a huge building with mullioned windows. Standing in front of the large, heavy door was an angular woman with deep-set eyes which blazed with fanatic fire.
Welcome to Baskerville Hall, Sir Henry. I'm Mrs. Harrison, the caretaker's wife. My husband will be here shortly. He joins with me in wishing you a long, happy life and in begging you to avoid the moor, particularly in those hours of darkness when the powers of evil are exalted.
The very next morning, I set out to explore the moor by daylight. As I walked along a gray and lonely road, wishing that Holmes were here to help me, my thoughts were interrupted by a man calling my name.
Dr. Watson! Dr. Watson!
Yes, sir?
I'm Stapleton. I just live down the moor at Merripit House. Most of the folks around here call me an eccentric because of my hobby. I'm a naturalist.
I can see that from your net and box. But how do you know me?
Oh, no mystery about that. You passed Dr. Mortimer's house a short way back. He pointed you out to me as you passed. As our road lay the same way, I thought I'd overtake you and introduce myself. How is Sir Henry? None the worse for his journey, I trust?
Well, he's very well, thank you.
Not afraid of living down here after the sad death of Sir Charles?
That is of some concern to you, sir.
Well, it means a great deal to the countryside to have a wealthy man such as Sir Henry with us. Well, I'm glad to hear he has no superstitious fears of the fiend dog, which is supposed to haunt the family.
I don't believe he has. How do you stand on the matter?
I'm a scientist. But it's extraordinary how credulous the farmers are. Any number of them are ready to swear they've seen such a creature on the moor.
And you haven't?
Of course not. Although I have no doubt the story led to Sir Charles's tragic end.
Indeed. Why do you think that?
Well, Sir Charles had a vivid imagination and a diseased heart. His nerves were so on edge that the appearance of any dog at all at night near the Yew Alley might well have triggered a fatal heart attack. Do you agree?
Well, I've come to no conclusions.
Quite so. Well, if you care to come along with me to Merripit House, I'll introduce you to my sister.
Well, that's very kind of you.
Tell me what you think of the moor.
Well, this morning's my first venture on it. But that large plain to the north looks like a fine place for a gallop on a horse.
That thought has already cost several lives, Dr. Watson.
What? That seems hard to believe.
You see those bright green spots scattered thickly over it?
Yes. Yes, they seem more fertile than the rest.
Well, you might say that. But in reality, that's the great Grimpen Mire. One false step for man or beast, and you die slowly and agonizingly in the quicksand. An awful place, Doctor. And yet I find my way to the very heart of it safely.
Why would you want to go to such a place?
That's where the rarest plants and butterflies are. And I have the wit to reach them.
Good Lord, what was that?
The natives say it's the Hound of the Baskervilles calling for its prey.
Well, you don't believe that, do you?
Perhaps it's the mud settling in the bog. Excuse me, but unless I'm mistaken, there's a purple hair streak. Ah, very rare. I'll join you at Merripit House. You can't miss it.
Stapleton was off with amazing speed and agility. To my dismay, the creature fluttered straight for the great mire. But Stapleton never paused for a moment. I stood watching him and then turned to find a woman near me upon the path. Slim, elegant, with a sensitive mouth and dark, eager eyes.
Go back. Go straight back to London. Instantly.
What? Why? I mean, why should I go back?
I cannot explain, but do what I ask. Go back and never set foot on this moor again.
But I have just only come.
Can't you tell when a warning is for your own good? Get away from this place immediately.
But, ma'am,
Brother's coming back. Don't say a word.
Hello, Beryl.
Well, Jack, you're very warm and out of breath, I see. What was it this time?
Purple hair streak. Seldom found in the late autumn. Pity I missed him. You've introduced yourselves, I see.
Yes, sir. I was telling Sir Henry that it was rather late for him to see the true beauties of the moor.
You think he's Sir Henry Baskerville?
Of course.
Oh, no, ma'am. I'm only a humble commoner. My name is Dr. Watson.
Oh, we've been talking at cross purposes.
Well, you've not had very much time for talk.
Well, I merely mean that I talked as if Dr. Watson were a resident instead of a visitor.
I chose this out-of-the-way spot to settle down in, Doctor, because it offers an unlimited field of work in the areas of botany and zoology. Dr. Mortimer is a learned man, and Sir Charles was also an admirable companion. We knew him well, missed him. Of course, we miss our boys, too, don't we, Beryl?
Most certainly.
Your boys?
Yes, I had a school in the North Country. However, serious epidemic broke out and 3 of the boys died. School never recovered from the blow.
Well, I feel I should be getting back to the hall.
Well, as you wish. Do you think we'd be intruding if Beryl and I were to call this afternoon and make the acquaintance of Sir Henry?
I'm sure Sir Henry would be delighted. I set off rapidly upon the same path by which we'd come. But there must have been some shortcut, because before I reached the road, I was astounded to see Miss Stapleton sitting upon a rock by the side of the track.
Oh, I've run all the way in order to cut you off, Dr. Watson, and to tell you to forget what I said. I must not stop, or my brother will miss me.
Now, hold on a moment, please. Sir Henry's welfare is a close concern of mine. Why were you so eager he should leave here?
Well, my brother and I were very much shocked by the death of Sir Charles. We all know the story of the Hound, and I felt he should be warned.
But the Hound's story is nonsense.
No, I happen to believe it. Now, I must go back.
No, just one more question. Why did you not wish your brother to know about the warning?
My brother's most anxious to have the hall inhabited. He thinks it is for the good of the people here. He'd have been angry if he knew I'd urged Sir Henry to leave.
My dear Holmes, I am writing to report that I have solved one riddle, only unfortunately to come up with another. You may recall my mentioning to you that I believed I heard a woman sobbing during the first night I spent at Baskerville Hall. I mentioned this to Sir Henry, and we agreed that if I heard anything this night, I should wake him and we would investigate together. Along about 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard stealthy footsteps going past my door. I was out of bed in a flash and waited until they'd passed. I went to Sir Henry's room and tapped softly our prearranged signal.
Yes? You heard something, Watson?
Footsteps.
Those sobbing?
No. The footsteps passed my door and went down the corridor. I see that it turns left. Where does it end?
At a window overlooking the moors.
And the steps went in that direction. Softly now.
What? Why, it's Mrs. Harrison. What in the world is she doing?
She's holding a candle against the window and peering out. Her face is pressed almost against the glass.
And crying bitterly. Come on, Watson. We'll get to the bottom of this. All right, Mrs. Harrison. Tell us what you're doing up here.
Oh, Sir Henry, I was just going round to see that the windows were fastened.
On the second floor?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I check all the windows at night.
And that makes you cry?
Well, I was doing no harm, sir. I was just holding a candle to the window.
She must have been signaling someone.
Oh, no, sir.
There it is, Sir Henry. An answering signal from the moor.
No, sir. It's nothing. It's nothing at all.
Move that candle across the window, Watson. That's it. There. Mrs. Harrison. You see, the other light moves also. Now, speak up. What is the meaning of all this?
Oh, please believe me, Sir Henry. It has nothing to do with you. It's a personal matter.
So you say. I know your family has been employed by mine for more than 50 years, but I'm not in Baskerville Hall a week before I find you deep in some dark plot against me.
Oh, no, sir, not against you, not you. You see, sir, my unhappy brother is starving on the moor. I cannot let him perish on my very doorstep. This light is a signal that food is ready for him, and his light is to show me and my husband the spot to which to bring it.
Good Lord. Then your brother is...
Yes, the escaped convict, Selden, the evil Notting Hill murderer. He is my brother.
We took the weeping unfortunate woman to her husband and left her. Sir Henry insisted on accompanying me on the moor to assist me in capturing this dangerous criminal. I had my revolver and Sir Henry a hunting crop. The moor was pitch black, but we easily picked out the pinpoint of light where the fellow was waiting. Mind the footing, Sir Henry.
Yes.
A pity we can't show a light.
I think we should bear more to the right. There's his light. Watson. What's that?
I don't know. A sound they have on the moor. I heard it once before.
Don't trouble me, Watson. That was the cry of a hound.
They say it's the cry of the Hound of the Baskervilles.
You believe that, Watson?
No, but I think that we should forget our expedition.
No, by thunder, whatever that cry was, it came from far away, near the mire. We must continue and get that convict.
I don't think that's wise. I urge you to return to the hall.
You don't believe in this hellhound, and neither do I. Come on, man.
Well, I'm charged with your safety. Holmes would never forgive me if something happened to you while you were in
While
my
we
care.
stand here jawing, our man will get away. Now, come on.
No, I cannot allow it.
You can't prevent it.
Well, either you come back to the hall with me now, willingly, or I shall be forced to knock you down and carry you back. Now, which shall it be?
Each of us carries within us the seeds of our own destruction. It would appear that Sir Henry Baskerville was no different. His pride was driving him to disregard the advice of those who were there to protect him. We'll be back with Act 3 and his decision in just a little while. People have varying thresholds of fear. For example, I have no particular fear of heights, but a friend of mine hugs the wall if he finds himself on a terrace more than 3 floors up. As for me, I shudder at the thought of being hunted down by a pack of dogs, whereas an experienced woodsman might not find that so terrifying. However, I think even an experienced hunter might, well, find the baying of a fiend dog, a hound from hell, a soul-shattering experience.
There it is again, Sir Henry. I don't know what it is, But you're walking back to the safety of the hall with me, or I shall knock you down and kill you.
And allow this murderous convict to escape.
And that, my dear Holmes, you must acknowledge, solves one mystery. The other, I frankly don't understand. It seems Sir Henry is much taken with Beryl Stapleton, who is indeed handsome. She talks of nothing but his leaving Baskerville Hall, and he suspects her brother, Stapleton, of being subject to fits of insanity. I repeat to you what he told me of yesterday's conversation.
Please, Sir Henry, why won't you listen to one who means you well and leave this place?
I will, if you come with me. We can be married anywhere you say,
Oh,
and...
heaven save us both. I have no defense against your stupidity.
This kind of behavior must come to a stop, sir. How dare you offer attentions to a lady which are obviously distasteful to her? Now, hold on a second, Stapleton. I'm not ashamed of how I feel about your sister. I was hoping she might honor me by becoming my wife. And if you can find anything dishonorable in that, then you can go to the devil.
Well, my sentiments exactly, sir. Come, Beryl. We're going home.
You can imagine that Stapleton's conduct left both Sir Henry and I completely bewildered. And another thing. I'm sure there is another man on the moor. I swear I caught a glimpse of him when Sir Henry and I were out there searching for Selden, the convict.
I ask you, Sir Henry, not to report what I told you to the police.
The man is a public danger.
My husband and I have made arrangements for him to go to South America. If you don't inform the police, he can lie safely on the moor until the ship sails. That is, if he can stay out of the way of the other man who hides on the moor.
What other man? Whom are you talking about?
Gently, Watson.
I only know what my brother told me. There's another man in hiding out there. My brother says he seems to be playing some game of his own.
Did he say where he saw this man?
Around the old stone huts where the old folk used to live. About my brother, Sir Henry. Are you going to inform the police?
What do you say, Watson?
Well, if he were safely out of the country, it would relieve the taxpayers of a burden.
Oh, Lord bless you, sir. Oh, thank you, sir. I swear he'll go and you will never hear from him again.
And Holmes, no sooner had we gotten done with Mrs. Harrison than Stapleton was upon us with an explanation of his strange behavior of the other day.
I would ask you to let bygones be bygones and understand my sister is everything in my life. We've always been together.
Yes, but surely you must have thought that someday a beautiful woman like Beryl would naturally...
Marry? Leave me alone? Oh, of course. But when I was faced with the reality, it came as such a shock that I really wasn't responsible for what I said or did.
I understand completely.
That relieves me greatly because, in that case, I'm going to ask a favor of you.
Yes?
Give me some time to become accustomed to the situation.
Well, how do you mean?
I will withdraw all opposition if you give me 3 months before claiming her love. After that time, I should have prepared myself for losing her. And if she's willing, she can become your wife.
I myself was determined to discover the identity of the other man hiding on the moor. And early that evening, I went to examine the abandoned stone huts where Mrs. Harrison said her brother believed the man to be lurking. I approached one of the huts, closed my hand over the butt of my revolver, and entered quickly. The place was empty, but there were distinct evidences that it was being used. As I looked around the remains of a meal, I heard a stone click. Then a figure loomed in the doorway.
Good lovely evening, my dear Watson. I really think you'll be more comfortable outside than in.
Holmes! I was never happier to see anyone in my life.
Oh, more astonished, eh? Please be careful with that revolver.
I thought you were busy working in London.
That was what I wished you to think. By keeping you in the dark, I've been able to pursue my inquiries freely. And I've uncovered some information which will lead us to the villain.
And all my reports have been wasted.
Not at all, not at all. I have them with me, and they helped me immeasurably. For instance, they've led me to the vital bit of information. The vital bit of information, my friend, The lady passing as Jack Stapleton's sister is really his wife.
Good heavens, Holmes. Are you sure?
Thanks to you, Watson. In all the pack of lies that Stapleton told you, he dropped one grain of truth. He was once a schoolmaster in the north of England. A check of scholastic agencies turned up the evidence I just passed on to you.
But why? Why this deception?
Because he foresaw that she would be much more useful to him in her character as a free woman.
But what does it all mean, Holmes? What is Stapleton after?
It's murder, Watson. Refined, cold-blooded, deliberate murder. But my nets are closing in on him, even as his are closing on Sir Henry. Another day or two at the joust, and we'll have him.
Good Lord, Holmes! The hound!
Which way did it come from?
There, near the Black Door.
Come, Watson. You must not be too late. Not now. Faster, Watson. Faster. No. He's beaten us, Watson. We're too late. Fool that I was to hold my hand. And you, Watson, see what comes of abandoning your charge. Come on. Up there. Up there against the slope. Come on.
Wait. It's Sir Henry. I recognize the tweed jacket.
No. No, Watson, no. Oh, the man has a beard. It's not Sir Henry. It's Selden. It's Selden the convict, wearing Sir Henry's clothes, no doubt furnished him by his sister.
Dr. Watson. You're the last man I should have expected to see on the moor at this time of night. What's this? Somebody hurt? Don't tell me it's Sir Henry.
It's Selden, the escaped convict who appears to have fallen and broken his neck. What brings you onto the moor at this hour, sir?
I heard a cry. You heard it too, I expect.
Yes.
You hear anything else beside a cry?
No.
Well, that's very comforting coming from Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Well, you seem to be very quick at identification, Mr. Stapleton.
Well, you also, Mr. Holmes. Now that you're on the scene, perhaps you've made some discoveries.
No, only that this tragedy will make an unpleasant memory for me to take back to London tomorrow night.
You return tomorrow?
That's my intention.
Does that mean you already have a solution to the strange events which have been troubling all of us here on the moor?
No. Any investigator needs facts, not legends or rumors. No, on the whole, this has not been a satisfactory case.
I couldn't believe that Holmes meant to leave the scene, and when I questioned him, he quickly set my mind at rest. He was laying a trap for that cunning Stapleton, and he needed also to have Sir Henry believe he wouldn't be on the scene. The following morning at breakfast...
Good morning, gentlemen. I see you've already helped yourselves from the sideboard.
I'm afraid I've made some rather heavy inroads on the bacon. It's exactly the way I like it. Tell me, tonight you dine with our friends, the Stapletons.
Yes. I hope you and Watson will join me. I'm sure you'll be welcome.
I'm sorry, but Watson and I must go to London.
London? Oh, I hope you and Watson are going to see me through this business.
My dear fellow, what I'm going to say next will try your trust in me even more sorely. But I beg of you to do as I ask.
What's that?
After you dine, walk back to the hall across the moor.
What? Isn't that the very thing you told me never to do?
I'm asking you to believe me when I say you'll be perfectly safe. But it's essential that you do it.
Of course, Holmes and I would be hiding along his path to Baskerville Hall, but we did not tell him that.
Careful, Watson. Oh, look over to Grimpen Mire. Isn't that fog hanging over there?
It is indeed, Holmes.
Damnation. And it's moving towards us. Our success and even Sir Henry's life hang on his coming out before the fog is over the path. Oh, thank heaven. He's coming now, whistling in the dark. And I can't say I blame him. Get after him, Watson. Get your revolver.
Good Lord, Holmes! What is it? A creature from hell!
Watson, shoot!
The creature that lay lifeless on the path as Holmes and I stood over it was part bloodhound, part mastiff, and large as a small lioness. Even in the stillness of death, the huge jaws seemed to be dripping with a bluish flame, and the eyes ringed with fire. A white-faced Sir Henry staggered back to us.
What in heaven's name is that creature?
The family ghost, and it's dead. Whatever it is.
Yes, but the fire.
Phosphorus. Look. Now my fingers seem on fire.
Holmes, it's a cunning preparation because it has no odor. Thus it didn't interfere with the brute's power of scent.
And now we must bring the man behind the brute to book. He's undoubtedly been warned by the shots that the game is up. And he's headed back to Merripit House and his wife.
Wife? You mean his sister? And surely it isn't Stapleton, but...
Sir Henry, I meant what I said. Beryl Stapleton is his wife. And his name isn't Stapleton. Since he's your younger cousin. The black sheep who didn't die in Central America, as we've been told.
What? I can't believe it. It can't be.
The door's open. I'll wait till the bird has flown, but let's go in and see.
There you are, Holmes. The villain's tied and gagged her. One moment, Beryl. Easy does it. There.
Oh, Henry, I tried to warn you. You see what he did to me?
There'll be time for explanations later, madame. But where is he?
Where is he? Burning in hell, I hope. Dying slowly in the quicksand of the mire.
He knows a path. He told me so.
The path, yes. The path to his safe place in the center where he kept the great hound. I helped place the guiding wands. But yesterday, I changed them. And in tonight's fog, he'll not notice.
Stapleton's body was never found. Some days later, when Holmes and I were back in the Baker Street flat, I asked, there's one thing that still puzzles me. That business about the boots. What did Stapleton want with two different boots?
Oh, the first boot he stole was brand new, and therefore useless to him because he needed the boot with Sir Henry's scent for the Hound.
Amazing, Holmes.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
What is even more amazing is the fact that Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the man who created the greatest detective of all time, a man whose cool, incisive reasoning served as a model for hundreds of lesser detectives, was himself a dupe of the spiritualists. He was constantly fooled and defrauded by mediums, and was laughed at by the world for relaying a message from Houdini's dead mother to Houdini. Only the message was in English, a language Houdini's mother never knew. I'll be back shortly. The record shows that Doyle, tired of writing Sherlock Holmes stories, and attempted to kill off his popular detective by having him thrown over the Reichenbach Falls. Popular demand, however, forced a reluctant Doyle to bring Holmes back. Our cast included Kevin McCarthy, Lloyd Battista, Carol Teitel, Robert Dryden, and Court Benson. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
Come in. Welcome. Welcome to Mystery Theater. I am Hyman Brown. According to Pythagoras, anything that can happen to anyone, anywhere in the world, can also happen to you. I guess what the old gentleman was trying to tell us is that there's no custom so strange, no usage so foreign, no fate so unusual that it cannot suddenly pierce the protective barrier of the familiar behind which so many of us cower for safety.
Why did you kill Georgiana Slater?
I don't even know anyone named Georgiana Slater.
Are these your clothes?
Yes, but...
What were they doing in her house?
I don't know.
Is this your gun?
Yes.
It's the gun that killed her. Tell us the truth.
I didn't kill her. I didn't know her. I never even heard of her.
Our mystery drama, It Has to Be True, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Sam Dan and stars John Beale. I'll be back shortly with Act 1. Just suppose, says the philosopher, that this was the last day of the world. Well, of course, no one is really prepared for such a question, much less for such an eventuality. And yet, it's possible for the world to come to an end. Suddenly, silently, a candle blown out by the wind. It happens just that way for so many people. At one moment, they glory at the light, and at the next, they grovel in the dark.
Why'd you stop me, officer?
Step out of your car, please.
I wasn't speeding, I'm sure.
Come out very slowly and keep your hands where I can see them.
What's this supposed to be?
Turn around. Lean forward.
You mind telling me...
Place your hands against the hood of the car.
Now, hold it, officer. You don't have to search me like this. I'm not some criminal. I'm James Arthur Correll, assistant sales manager of Arcturus Electronics.
We have instructions to pick up a James Arthur Correll who answers your description and is driving a gray four-door Aurora sedan.
Pick up? What do you mean, pick up?
You'll have to come with us, Mr. Correll.
But I have to be in Chicago this evening.
I'm sorry, sir.
Officer, I have no intention of resisting arrest, but this is a mistake.
If it's a mistake, it'll be straightened out.
Mr. Correll, I'm Inspector Luther, homicide.
Homicide? What does that have to do with me?
The arresting officer has already informed you of your rights.
What am I being accused of?
Did you know a Mrs. Georgiana Slater?
No.
She resided here in Benton City, 87 Rutherford Place.
I don't know anybody at all in Benton City.
No?
I never even stopped here before.
You didn't?
Well, it's just a place I drive through en route to Chicago. Actually, I don't even drive through it. I bypass it on the highway.
A Mrs. Georgiana Slater was murdered this afternoon.
Well, what does that have to do with me?
At this point, you're a material witness.
Material witness? Inspector Luther, is that your name? I didn't witness anything. And I'm certainly not aware of any material that could be of any use at all.
You deny you knew Mrs. Slater?
Of course I deny it.
You never called at her home on 87 Rutherford?
I don't even know where that is.
You never parked your car in front of 87 Rutherford?
Of course not.
You never spent the night there?
Never.
You didn't have a relationship with Georgiana Slater?
I told you, I never even knew such a person.
Excuse me. Eddie, bring in the carton, please.
Inspector, would you mind telling me what's going on?
Of course. Oh, thanks, Eddie. Put the carton down on the table. Now, Mr. Correll, in this box are some items of wearing apparel.
Well, those are my...
This cardigan sweater. Can you identify it?
It's mine.
And these blue pajamas. This maroon robe.
Look, all those things, they're mine. Where'd you get them?
In Georgiana Slater's bedroom.
Oh, no. No, there's no way they could have gotten there.
No way, Mr. Correll?
No. This thing, it's crazy. Inspector Luther, listen to me, please. I was driving north on the highway. For no reason, 2 officers in a police car stopped me, and they bring me here. I'm informed that I'm a material witness in a murder. Now, have I lost my mind? What's happening to me?
All right, relax, Mr. Corral. Everything will be all right.
I'm being made the victim of some frame-up. Isn't there anything I can say that will make you understand?
Yeah, there is. Eddie, you want to come in here with your stenotype machine? Mr. Corral is ready to make a statement.
What kind of statement?
A confession.
What am I supposed to confess to?
The murder of Georgiana Slater. Now, believe me, you'll feel better.
I have absolutely nothing to confess.
All right, but we have absolutely everything we need. We've got your car parked at the house, your clothes in the closet, the letter from Mary Cortelyou.
Who's Mary, whatever her name is, and what letter?
Mary Cortelyou is the agony columnist, the advice of the lovelorn editor, on the Benton City Daily Mail. Georgiana had written to her asking how she could get this married guy she was going with to leave his wife. And she got a letter back saying to give him the gate. So we've got some padding on the motive. She was ready to kiss you off.
Well, that letter doesn't have to refer to me.
Well, it describes you pretty well, and we've got the gun.
What gun?
Your gun. A .38 caliber Darnley Stewart revolver, serial number QH2354. Registered in the name of James Arthur Corral.
Well, yes, that's my gun, but it's been lost.
It's been my experience, Mr. Corral, that lost guns always turn up in, inconvenient places.
Where was it found?
Next to the body of Georgiana Slater.
No, how could I have killed her? What are you doing to me? I'm innocent.
And you're also very tired and upset. You need a good night's rest. Eddie, we're holding Mr. Corral.
You mean I'm going to have to stay here?
Overnight.
Well, I'm entitled to a hearing before a judge.
You're getting one tomorrow morning.
I want to call my lawyer.
Absolutely, he should be here.
Well, I don't understand. What's happening to me?
James? James? Wake up, darling. I'm here, darling. I'm here.
Oh, Della, did I have a dream? A nightmare. I dreamed I was in...
James?
Della, it wasn't a dream. I'm in jail.
We couldn't get a plane till 6 in the morning.
We?
Walter Sturgis and I.
Oh, Walter?
Well, I know you're not overly fond of Walter, but I can't imagine why. He thinks you're the salt of the earth.
Well, I told you to call old man Paulson. He'd have the corporation attorneys defend me.
Darling, you see, Mr. Paulson said that while he would certainly support you all the way down the line, it would have to be... How did he put it?
What are you saying, Della?
Off the record. It would not be prudent to emphasize your connection with the Arcturus Company.
Oh, I see where this is going. I gave Arcturus 15 years of my life. I opened up the entire Middle West. And now that I'm in trouble...
Dearest, Sellers and McIntyre are basically corporation lawyers. They don't have any criminal practice. And Walter is a top trial lawyer. He's already taken over. He's in with the district attorney right now. We'll have you out of here in no time. James?
Yes?
I could hardly understand what you were saying on the phone last night. You're actually being held on a charge of murder?
Yes.
I don't believe it. You couldn't kill anybody. Whose murder?
A woman named Georgiana Slater.
Did you know this woman?
Of course not.
Then why do they say you killed her?
They claim I was having an affair with her.
Oh, what?
I know, it's ridiculous. You know I'd never have an affair with another woman. You know that, don't you?
Yes, of course I know that. But why did they arrest you?
Well, they claim I was seen in the house and that my car was parked outside it.
But that could have been mistaken identity, a coincidence. Well, surely they can't arrest a person for that.
Well, there were some other things.
What? other things?
They found some of my clothes in the closet and my revolver. It was the weapon that killed her. They found it near the body.
Oh.
Stella, I don't know how they got there.
James, have you been... I don't know what to say.
Oh, Della, please. I know it looks bad.
Oh, maybe it's all my fault.
What was your fault?
I've been a little difficult to live with these past few years. I resented all the time you had to give to your job. Thought you were working too hard and neglecting me.
Della.
It hasn't been easy for you at Arcturus. Paulson is unreasonably demanding. I should have understood that.
Della, what are you saying?
But maybe without meaning to, without even knowing it, you drifted into this situation. You needed a place where you could just escape from pressure. Oh, darling, I'm so sorry.
Della, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't care what the evidence implies. I didn't kill this woman.
I believe you.
I didn't have an affair with her. I didn't even know her.
Darling, don't say any more. I'm your wife. I love you. I'll stand at your side.
Thank you, officer. I'll call you when I want you.
Walter, get me out of here.
I can't get bail.
But you said you'd try to work something out with the DA.
The DA claims you jump bail and leave the country.
Well, couldn't you convince him that I wouldn't?
Now, his point is that you were a fugitive. You are running away. If after the murder you'd have given yourself up, well, that would prove that there'd be no risk in letting you out.
Now, wait a minute. If after the murder I'd given myself up, who says I committed the murder?
Oh, James.
Do you believe I'm guilty?
They have the gun and the ammunition.
Well, I'm telling you I'm innocent.
But they have your clothes in her house. Your gun on the floor by her dead body now. Now, how do you account for it?
I can't.
Now, there are certain cases you can't win unless your client adopts a mature attitude.
Well, which means what?
Which means you must realize that there's give and take.
What do I have to give?
You must admit that you were having an affair with her.
But I wasn't.
You've already been found guilty of that.
In what court?
In the most important court in the land. The court of public opinion. Now, deny the affair and the jury absolutely will refuse to credit anything you have to say. You admit it, or at least they'll listen to you.
But it isn't true.
I spoke to Della. She forgives you.
But there's nothing to forgive.
James, you only have one way out. You were madly in love... No. Hopelessly infatuated with Georgiana Slater.
Is everybody crazy?
She was a beautiful woman, and you fell for her the way only a middle-aged man can.
Walter, are you for me or against me?
One day she became tired of you, and you lost your head. In a terrible fit of insane jealousy, you shot her.
No, I did not. Why can't you believe me? I'm innocent.
Are you? Really?
Yes.
How do you know?
How do I know? I know what I did, what I didn't do.
Could you have killed Georgiana Slater and not been aware of it? Could you have been carrying on an affair with her and not been aware of it?
How could I have been unaware of it?
How would you like to find out?
We should all like to find out. Here we have a man driving along, minding his own business, when suddenly he's taken to jail and accused of murder. And they have a whole battery of live evidence against him also. What's going for him? His own conviction that he's innocent. How's he doing so far? Not so good. We'll see how it goes in Act 2. Do not, says the philosopher, judge by appearances. Very good advice, but seldom followed. The unfortunate part is we do judge books by covers, birds by feathers, and women by beauty. But is everyone with liquor on his breath a drunk? Is everyone caught with his hand in the till a thief? You see, all this has to do with circumstantial evidence, which is why so many lawyers get rich.
You're saying I could have had an affair with a woman and be unaware of it?
Exactly.
And I could have murdered her and not be aware of that?
Precisely.
How's that possible, Walter?
You can ask someone who knows.
Doctor, I don't know what my attorney, Mr. Sturgis, has told you, but I want the record straight.
By all means.
I'm in the middle of something.
What?
Well, something I can't explain. Ordinarily, I'd say it's a dream, a nightmare, except if it were, I should have awakened long ago.
Try to describe it.
Well, on my way to Chicago, I'm suddenly arrested for the murder of a woman I don't know, named Georgiana Slater, who lives in a city I've never been in. And I'm confronted with a mass of circumstantial evidence. And next week, I'm actually going to trial.
You don't know how this evidence could have gotten into Mrs. Slater's home?
Well, now, the gun, for instance. I had actually lost it some weeks before. I didn't even know where it was.
Have you had any serious problems lately?
I never have problems. Just go out and sell. That's my motto.
You're under no strain, no pressures?
No, there's always some strain and pressure.
Why?
What's the nature of the business? You have to be thinking and planning and pitching every day.
Any strains between you and your wife?
Yeah, absolutely none.
Absolutely?
Well, there's always this and that in married life.
Any serious arguments?
Well, it depends on what you call serious.
What do you consider serious?
Well, there was an awful lot of flack about the amount of time I give to the job.
And so things are not exactly cheery at home, huh? Would that be a fair one-word description?
I suppose it might be.
And at the office, did things run smoothly?
Do things really run smoothly anywhere?
Some places they do. What was your problem at the office?
So who said I had a problem?
Your wife was unhappy because of the long hours. Is that true?
Well, yes. Well, there was a certain amount of friction.
So the core of the problem is at the office. You put in long hours. Why?
Well, I told you, it's a rough, competitive business. There's no clock. I guess Della could never really understand that.
Do you feel that the time you're putting in, the energy that you're expending, the work that you're doing, is appreciated?
Never, not in a million years.
So you feel you're not getting the recognition and the compensation you deserve?
Well, Doctor, nobody ever gets the recognition and the compensation he deserves.
Oh, some people do.
I certainly was being cheated out of mine.
Cheated? That's a strong word.
Well, that's the exact word to describe it. What I did, the way I was putting out, that was just taken for granted.
And the result is that you're frustrated on the job and unhappy at home. As you just said, your boss is cheating you. And since you don't have the resources to quit, you have to cheat somebody too. Who? Your wife?
Oh, that's crazy. I'm not that kind of man.
That's right, you're not. It goes against your moral fiber. Therefore, it's an act that you've got to perform without knowing it. To that end, you deliberately develop a form of amnesia, and you lead a double life.
A double life?
Yes, consciously, you're completely unaware of it. You find a woman far away from home with whom you can have a very discreet relationship.
No, I can't believe that. It can't be.
Your clothes in the closet, are they real? And the gun account for that?
I can't, Doctor.
The gun is the key. You were living in two worlds. The first, the primary, was the world of your job, of your wife, and your children, your home, the world you would call reality. But there was another world, an unconscious world, the world of Georgiana Slater, the world you tried to keep secret, even from yourself.
You can never make me believe that.
The gun
is the bridge between the two worlds. The gun exists in both worlds. It's common to both worlds. When you feel you must end the relationship with Georgiana Slater, when you feel you must kill her.
Oh, Doctor.
The gun is the instrument. But it's at home, in the other world, the conscious world. You need it. Therefore, the conscious James Arthur Correll hides the gun and claims it's lost. While the unconscious James Arthur Correll knows where to find it, and thus uses it.
All right, but just tell me, if I did know her, and if I was having an affair with her, if I did kill her, why did I leave my clothes and my gun by the body? If I knew she had written a letter to that columnist, why did I leave the implicating answer lying around?
Why?
Yes, why?
Because you wanted to be found out, caught, and punished.
Doctor, this story you've just told me, do you actually believe it?
I believe it could be true in your case.
Why?
Because I've come across it before.
You mean people can be unfaithful to their wives, lead a double life, even commit murder, and be unaware of it?
Certain people, yes.
And that's what's happened to me?
James, are you all right?
Della, Walter, I don't know what to say.
The trial is coming up.
I realize, Walter. Della, there's something I have to tell you. I didn't want to plead guilty because that would be admitting to the world that I'd had an affair with another woman.
That's between you and me, James. It's no one's business but ours.
Well, how could I tell you a thing like that, Della? You'd never forgive me.
James, if it were the other way around, would you forgive me?
Yes.
Why?
Because I love you.
And I love you, James. And we can work it out.
Are you ready to believe you knew her and killed her?
I don't know. It's just that everything points to it. Everybody insists on it. How long can I fight it? I guess it just has to be true.
Well, Mrs. Luther, enjoying dinner?
I was, John. I think I'm starting to unenjoy it.
Yep.
In less than 30 seconds, you'll be going to work.
No. I didn't let anyone know where I was. No one from headquarters can get in touch with me for the next 3 hours, no matter what.
In 15 seconds, you'll be back on the job. You're on it right now. You never stop being a cop. Your motor's always running.
Gee, I'm sorry.
Darling, you can't help it. 5 minutes ago, something in this restaurant caught your attention. It's been buzzing around down in your unconscious mind.
You're right. Helen, I know now what caught my attention.
Should I take a cab and go home?
I finally placed those two people.
That couple at the table near the wall.
Yeah. I know who they are.
You should have asked me. I know who she is. Her picture was in the paper. She's the wife of that fellow who's being tried for the murder of that woman. Oh, what was her name?
Georgiana Slater.
Yes. You worked on that case, didn't you, John?
Yeah. Fellow with her is Walter Sturgis, her husband's lawyer.
Well, why should all this bother you?
Those two people, do they look friendly?
Well, they look like they're friends.
Is it possible that they could be more than friends?
Yes, it's possible.
Wait a minute, watch what he does. And notice, he reaches over and holds her hand.
She takes her hand away quickly.
And shakes her head. He smiles. It's happened a few times.
She seems to be giving him that kind of look that says, not in public.
And she's right.
But he obviously cannot keep his hands off her.
She's quite a dish.
Why does it intrigue your cop-like instincts?
You have a man being tried for the murder of his alleged mistress. Meanwhile, his wife evidently has a thing going with his attorney. Something bothers me.
What?
I don't know.
Well, should we have dessert?
All the evidence is in. But suppose, just for the sake of argument, suppose that James Arthur Corral is innocent. Where does that leave us?
I don't know.
We must ask, is it true that James Arthur Corral killed Georgiana Slater?
It has to be true.
Why?
Well, you know that better than I would. Aren't you the cop that gathered up all the evidence?
All right, look, I'll take you home. There's something I want to do right away. Remember me, Mr. Corral?
Yes? You're the police inspector. Well, what do you want? I mean, it's the middle of the night.
I want to ask you some questions.
Why?
Just answer them.
Oh, what's the difference? I spoke to my lawyer about my plea.
Walter Sturgis?
Yes, that's his name.
How come you picked him to be a lawyer?
Look, what is this all about?
Now, just answer.
I don't have to answer anything.
Why don't you try?
What for?
Maybe you were right all along.
The last time I saw you, you were trying to get me to sign a confession, remember?
That's right. I was.
And I kept refusing. Because I was positive I was innocent. Remember?
Yes, I remember that.
Well, I was wrong.
About what?
About my innocence.
Well, what happened? Do you now admit that you're guilty? Look, this conversation is off the record.
Yes, I believe I'm guilty.
You were so sure you were innocent, you almost had me convinced. When I first questioned you, were you putting on an act?
No, I believed beyond a doubt that I was innocent. And now, I believe I'm guilty.
Why?
Because it has to be true.
Why does it have to be true?
Because it's the only thing that makes sense.
You see, even the hardest rock is slowly eroded by the constant rains, and even the strongest conviction may be undermined, confused, and overcome by the unrelenting pressure of circumstance. There comes a time when further resistance is impossible, and a man can be forced to say that black is white, day is night, and wrong is right. Mystery Theater will return shortly. You may find this hard to believe today, but 5 centuries ago, a man got himself into hot water by insisting that the earth revolved itself around the sun instead of the other way around, which was the accepted wisdom of the time. Well, if they could force Galileo to recant publicly what he knew to be true, what can we expect from James Arthur Corral, an ordinary, average, everyday, middle-class citizen? Wait.
You're telling me now that you're guilty, Mr. Corral?
Well, isn't that what you kept telling me? I'm doing exactly what you said, Inspector. Don't fight it, you said. Well, I'm not fighting it. You and the psychiatrist said I could be guilty without knowing it. All right, I accept it. What more do you want?
Do you accept it because your lawyer told you to, or do you really believe it?
Look, I'm tired. It's late.
Why did you engage Walter Sturgis to defend you?
Why? He's a top criminal lawyer.
Any other reason?
Oh, he's Della's friend.
Oh?
And he's my friend, too. He was married to a girl Della went to school with. Later, they got divorced, but he stayed friendly with us.
Why did they get divorced?
Well, why is that important?
Is it possible that this school friend of Della's became jealous of Della?
Why should she be jealous of Della?
Well, she may have thought Della was having an affair with Walter.
Well, that isn't true. I mean, it isn't true that they were having an affair.
All right, let us suppose, for the sake of argument, that you were telling the truth when you explained you were innocent. We now have some problems. How do we get the clothes into the house, the car parked outside, and, of course, the gun? The gun.
Inspector, I'm convinced that there is no way they could have gotten there unless I'm guilty.
But if you're not, somebody else is. Maybe you didn't do anything. Maybe you just drove from your house to Chicago and never stopped in Benton City at all.
It's an 8-hour drive. I could get an early flight the next morning and be there in 58 minutes. Why drive?
All right, why did you?
Well, the conscious part of my mind says I hated airplanes. But is that the reason? Did I drive so that I could stop here and be with Georgiana Slater? I don't know anymore. I just don't know.
Well, how'd it go last night, Inspector Luther?
Crazy. 2 weeks ago, I'm hammering away at him to confess he's guilty, and he insists he's innocent. Now, suddenly, I'm beating at him to believe he may be innocent, and he insists he's guilty. What if somebody was out to get him?
His wife? And his lawyer?
I would consider them prime suspects. Let's say they arranged an elaborate frame-up. They pick a city on the way to Chicago. They find some woman who lives alone, who likes to have fun. Has that reputation.
Yes.
From time to time, they park a gray sedan outside the house to attract attention. Well, it could even have been Correll's when he wasn't using it. Now, the murder. They time it to take place on a day they know he's headed for Chicago. They kill her. Leave the gun and the clothes there, and then...
Yes?
I remember exactly how it broke. A call came in saying that there was a noise. Sounded like a shot from 87 Rutherford Place. Anonymous call.
They could have placed it.
Then there was another anonymous call to the effect that there was a gray Aurora sedan parked in front of 87 Rutherford. The license number, and a man was seen getting into it right after the shot was fired. The description turned out to be Correll's.
John, are you actually saying the wife and the lawyer are guilty?
When they brought Correll in, I never saw a guy who seemed so genuinely surprised. Suspects are constantly insisting they're innocent, but Correll actually had me going for a minute.
Well, what can you do about it?
I don't know. Wait a minute.
What is it?
The letter.
What letter?
That was supposed to have been the final touch. It appeared she'd written a letter to Mary Cortelyou asking for advice because she got a letter back which said, and I remember, you have to give that Lothario the shock of his life. It's either or, and if he refuses, show him the door. You're just serving as an oasis between Turnersville and Chicago.
Turnersville is where Correll comes from?
Yeah. With this letter, the prosecution could prove she was ready to throw him out. Adds to his motive.
John, are we sure Georgiana Slater wrote for advice? All we have is the answer.
It's a signed letter from Mary Cortelyou.
Well, could it be a forgery?
No. Because if it turns out to be a forgery, then...
Yes?
Look, if it turns out that Georgiana Slater did not write to Mary Cortelyou, then whether the answer is forged or not, it proves that it was deliberately planted. And every other piece of evidence also has to be suspect.
But how can you prove it?
I need a lucky break. And so does James Arthur Correll.
Come on.
Oh, I was told this was Mary Cortelyou's office.
Who are you?
Inspector Luther, homicide.
Oh. Well, what'd you want to see Mary about?
I'd rather discuss that with Mary.
Is it important?
What's your name?
Bob Burley.
You know where I can find Mary Cortelyou? Is this her office?
Inspector, can I trust you not to blow the whistle? I'm Mary Cortelyou.
What?
Yeah. Mary wrote the column for years, but about a year ago she got sick and had to leave. Well, the name belongs to the paper, so I asked the publisher if I could take over.
All right, Mr. Burley, I need your help. I want to ask you about a letter you wrote to a Mrs. Georgiana Slater.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Do you remember writing a letter to a Mrs. Georgiana Slater?
Slater, why is that name so familiar?
She was murdered.
Oh.
Do you recognize this letter?
Sure.
You wrote it?
Yeah, I wrote it.
There's no chance it could be a forgery.
Nope. Well, why should it be phony?
It was in response to a question, then.
Yeah, all of them are.
You remember getting a letter asking advice from Georgiana Slater?
You'd be surprised, but I remember everything. I'll prove it to you. I even have that letter she wrote to me.
What? Do you save them?
Oh, yeah, sure. Part of my permanent files. See, I put it in the A file under Affairs with Married Men. I'd like to show you how it's all cross-indexed. Oh, yeah, here we are. The letter from Georgiana Slater.
May I see it, please? Dear Mary Cortelyou, I am madly in love with a married man from Turnersville. He drives to Chicago once or twice, sometimes 3 times a week, and stops here in Benton City to spend the night with me. He keeps promising to divorce his wife, but I'm afraid he'll never get around to it. Please tell me what to do. Georgiana Slater. How do we know that Georgiana Slater wrote this request?
Oh, well, she signed her name to it.
How do we know this is her signature?
Well, why would anybody else write me such a letter?
See, the letter happens to be typewritten. Is that strange?
Well, yeah, in a way. Many of them aren't. I think people feel that such personal things should be in their own handwriting.
Could you let me have a copy of this letter? Eddie, I have a letter here. I want you to do a couple of things. First, go to the bank Georgiana Slater used and see if it's her signature on it. Second, check through the list of effects in her apartment and see if she owned a typewriter.
Have you seen James?
Oh, yes. I visit him every morning.
And how is he?
Reconciled.
He believes it.
The way it sets up against him, it's hard not to believe it.
Oh, Della, darling.
Walter, not now. I have so many things to do. And you must be busy, too. The trial starts tomorrow.
Della, sometimes I wonder if you really love me.
Oh, darling, how can you even doubt it? It's just that I'm so nervous.
There is no reason to be nervous.
I have to appear in court as his loving, supportive wife. And I can't do it if I... Do you understand?
Yes, of course.
There'll be so much more time later, darling. He'll be in jail. I can get a divorce quietly. Who would that be?
Doesn't matter.
But should I be here in your suite?
Why not? I'm your husband's lawyer. Gentlemen.
Mr. Sturgis?
Yes?
I'm Inspector John Luther. This Detective Edward Smith. Can we come in?
Oh, yes, of course. This is Mrs. James Correll. Della, these gentlemen are police officers.
Oh?
Yes. What can I do for you, Inspector?
I have a copy of a letter. Is it familiar?
Well, why would it be familiar?
Would you like to look at it?
Walter.
Now, Della, this is evidently a trick of some kind. Now, Inspector, I demand to know what you're doing.
I just want to know if this letter is familiar to you.
Well, it purports to be a request for advice written by a Georgiana Slater to a Mary Cortelyou, who's evidently an advice columnist. Well, why shouldn't it be familiar to me?
The answer from Miss Cortelyou to Mrs. Slater would be a nice touch, a finishing touch for the prosecution. But you forgot the letter that Mrs. Slater would have to write to elicit such an answer.
What is he saying? Walter.
Officer, now, if you're making a charge or an accusation...
If the letter of inquiry is phony, then everything else becomes phony. Georgiana Slater didn't write such a letter.
But you still haven't said how this involves me or Mrs. Correll.
You forged Georgiana Slater's name to a phony letter to Mary Corlew.
Inspector, if this is an accusation...
No, at this point it's just a suggestion.
Walter.
Tell her, say nothing.
You thought there could never be anything to tie you to this request. After all, the columnist probably throws the letters away, and besides, who would ever think to probe?
Walter, what is he saying?
Nothing that he can prove in court.
The bank says the signature is not familiar. Mistake number 1 on your part. Then we know that Mrs. Slater did not own a typewriter. Mistake number 2.
Well, Georgiana Slater could have found a typewriter somewhere.
The letter was typed on a machine in your home, Mrs. Correll. We checked it.
Walter, you thought you were so smart.
Tell her.
It was your idea. You scared me into it. But you killed her. Inspector, I don't know why I listened to him. Maybe because James was away so much.
Tell her they have no proof.
They found out about the letter. They can find out about anything now. Anything. But it was your idea. His idea, Inspector. I don't know what got into me. I must have been out of my mind. I was upset, confused.
Mrs. Correll, do you mind talking a bit more slowly so that Detective Smith can take it all down?
I'll be back shortly with a final thought. How marvelously complex is the human psyche. How quickly we can be led to conclusions. How completely our own convictions may break down when confronted by what appears to be an overwhelming flood of so-called evidence. Sometimes we simply surrender in the face of, it has to be true. It takes courage to stand up and ask why. Why does it have to be true? Our cast included John Beale, Robert Dryden, Joan Shea, and Earl Hammond. Associate Director, Marlon Swing. This is Hyman Brown, Producer-Director, inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, then, pleasant dreams.
The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents through the old court records of London's Old Bailey and our own high criminal courts, and I've come to realize that if one seeks justice, the law courts are not always a guarantee. Then it occurred to me, what better way to improve the present than to point a finger at the past? So, here goes.
This isn't right, Margaret. Spying on the man who's working for you? What's he doing with those boxes? Our best silk shirts.
He's just piling them up to write down the inventory.
6 boxes? They're worth about £50. Now, where's he taking them?
Well, that door leads to the back alley.
Edgar, if you don't do something about this, I will.
Our mystery drama, The Hanging Judge, a case from the actual records of Old Bailey, was dramatized especially for the Mystery Theater by G. Frederick Lewis and stars Court Benson and Terry Keane. It is sponsored in part by Contact, the 12-hour cold capsule, and True Value hardware stores. I'll be back shortly with Act One. The wages of sin is death, says the New Testament. But not always. Sometimes death can be the pay of the innocent. You hear about miscarriage of justice, as if it were a train you got on and off and got off at the wrong destination. might say the conductor of such a train is the judge. One of the most notorious in history was the hanging judge of Holborn. Ironic, then, that as our tale begins, he's lying in bed, suffering from a heart attack, his days passing like a dream before him.
Who hadn't heard of Edgar Brown's haberdashery in fashionable Chelsea? I myself, a judge of the circuit court, always stopped in at Brown's when I was in London for a silk scarf or a shirt, a pair of fine gloves or what have you, as did many of the fashionable gentry. Just Edgar Brown and one assistant. I always thought it was a very well-run, excellent business.
Margaret, I think I'm losing my shirt.
What are you talking about, Edgar?
Losing my shirt means I am losing money.
But how can that be? You have no want of customers.
No, but I have a want of profits. Take a look at these books. No. Don't bother yourself, my dear. It would rattle your brain. It's too depressing. Even I can't understand it. We should be showing a profit. But I'm hardly breaking even.
I don't suppose your rattle-brained wife might be able to help.
No, I don't see how.
You know, we from County Clare have a 6th sense, a 7th sense. Let me come downstairs starting tomorrow and work in the shop.
But, do you mean that I should let Jack Powell go?
Of course not. I'll work right alongside and no one need know I'm your wife.
But, Margaret, what is the point of it? If I'm not feeling on Powell's salary, how can that help?
Now, couldn't you use an extra body, especially tomorrow when you're going to do your inventory?
Oh, I suppose so, yes.
Couldn't you use someone extra in the shop, say, to handle the small purchases, ring up the cash register, and that kind of stuff?
But Jack does that. No, I don't suppose he'd mind.
You need someone to keep an eye on that shirt you keep losing.
Maggie. Lead me to my chair, my girl.
Oh, I know when you're tired, Edgar, you always call me Maggie. And I should think you would be. Do you know what time it is? I came up to cook dinner at 6. You said you'd be right up. It's 9 o'clock.
But we haven't finished the inventory yet. No, I left Jack down there.
You should have asked him to come upstairs for a bit of supper with us.
Yes, I did, as a matter of fact, but he said he wanted to get on with it. Margaret, you were of great help today. Then I think the customers liked you.
The cold mutton's on the table. Help yourself when you've a mind to.
Inventory taking always takes longer than one thinks. Now, that's the advantage of having an older man like Jack. He may not have much of an education, but he does have a sense of responsibility. It was a lucky day for us when Jack wandered into the shop looking for work.
Lucky for him, you mean? How a man can get to be 50 and have no skills, no profession, nothing to rely on is beyond me. Well, even when I was born, everybody was a farmer.
Well, he's had a hard time of it, Jack has. Jobs aren't easy to come by, especially with his kind of wife. He was telling me.
Do they have children?
No, thank goodness, no. But that wife of his is always after him for nice things. You know, he said to me today, no matter what he brings home for her, it's never enough. He's never been able to properly provide for her.
Well, I have no patience with the likes of him.
But a moment ago you said, why didn't I invite the man up here for a bit of supper?
Only to keep an eye on him.
Margaret, what is the matter with you? One day you work downstairs in the store and already you've taken a dislike to the man.
I don't trust him. I'm not absolutely sure, mind you, but I have a very good idea why your profits aren't what they should be.
What? You have?
This morning, when he rang up a sale, 3 shillings 4pence it was, I saw him slip the money into his pocket.
You saw that?
Then he looked up, saw that I was watching him, and quickly put the money into the cash drawer.
I can't believe that.
Edgar, can you wait your supper a few minutes?
Oh, yes, I suppose so.
If we go downstairs to the first landing, there's that little window that overlooks the shop. Come down with me. Can you see him down there?
This isn't right, Margaret. Spying on a man who's working for you.
What's he doing with those boxes?
They're the silk shirts. He's probably piling them together to write down the inventory.
6 boxes? It's worth about 50 pounds. So he's tying them up with string. Edgar, where is he taking them?
That door leads to the back alley.
Why is he taking brand new shirts out the back alley?
Margaret, don't be so suspicious. Well, of course, that's it. The boxes are empty. He's putting them out there so the trash man will take them away.
Now, he's come back into the shop.
Mr. Brown! Oh, Mr. Brown!
Yes, Jack. What is it?
Pretty much finished up the inventory, sir. I'll be on my way now. Good night, sir.
Yes, good night, Jack. Thanks for staying so late. See you in the morning.
Edgar, I want you to go downstairs this minute, go out into the alley, and see if those boxes are still there.
Now, Mr. Brown, would you care to make a statement?
I would, Inspector.
I would, too.
May we have one at a time, please? Sir?
This man, Jack Powell, he stayed late at my shop making up our inventory, and I saw him going up our back alley carrying away half a dozen of our finest shirts.
Silk, genuine silk.
I ran after him, chasing him across Russell Square, and I shouted for him to stop, and he happened to run right in the arms of a police officer, and that was it.
You're preferring charges?
Of course we are. Well, I don't see how we can not. The man was obviously stealing.
Well, after we locked him up, we obtained a warrant and searched his premises.
His wife. Was she there?
The moment we arrived, she ran out the door. We examined the premises and recovered some merchandise, which we have laid out in the next room. Would you and Mrs. Brown care to follow me, please? We've laid most of it out on the tables. The jackets and suits appear to be brand new. The smaller items are on this table here. Ties, handkerchiefs, braces, gloves, etc., etc.
Great. That's our stock, every bit of it. Look, the labels are still inside the collars and inside the suits.
Whatever was he about to do? Start a haberdashery of his own?
With our stock?
Well, there's a great deal more in this fellow's residence, which may be stolen merchandise. At this moment, we have no way of knowing.
If you were me, Inspector, you'd know.
The case of the Crown versus John Paul came under my gavel at the Old Bailey. And the facts were clear. And when I had studied what lay before me, it was evident. The accused, Paul, had a long history of theft and had been arrested on suspicion very often. And this was the first time, it appeared, he had been actually caught in the act. The jury retired to consider the verdict and returned and pronounced Paul guilty.
It's all a mistake. That's what I say, Your Worship. I didn't mean to take anything from Mr. Brown's at all.
How can removing 6 boxes of shirts be a mistake? Come now, Powell. This isn't the first time, you know.
Well, I thought the boxes were empty.
You thought the boxes were empty?
Yes, Your Worship.
If you thought they were empty, why didn't you leave them in the alley behind the brown haberdashery to be removed by the ashman?
It's a long story, Your Worship.
It always is. Powell, you were apprehended at a considerable distance from the shop where you work with 6 boxes of shirts under your arm. Answer yes or no.
Well, I can't answer that yes or no.
Kindly explain yourself, sir.
It's because of my wife. She was threatening to leave me. I don't make enough money for her, and I was taking home those empty boxes to pack her things up, as she asked me.
Well, I have heard some extraordinary pleadings and pretense in my day. But yours, Paul, I must say, is one of the most imaginative. Well, stand up to your punishment.
You're all alike. Up with the rich, down with the poor. Kick them that try to better themselves.
If you were to walk out of the Old Bailey a free man, who did you think would employ you? A man with a record? A man found guilty of betraying his employer? You've brought this ruin upon yourself. My advice to you is to say your prayers and ask the forgiveness of the Almighty for the wicked life you've led.
How you take their word against mine.
So did the jury.
I was not stealing. I am innocent. It was all a mistake.
The record states your flat is filled with such mistakes.
I bought all that stuff. She wanted it and I bought it. There's no proof I didn't.
In this case, Mr. Powell, there is proof. I have asked the Browns if they considered dropping the charges, and they said no. An example must be made.
How they turn against you. I despise them. I hate them.
Do you despise and hate all your other employers from whom you stole?
Nothing was ever proved.
Possibly. But the accusations are here. 3 pages of arrests. Each time you manage to get off.
Oh, would you mind reading all that to me, Your Worship? I think I would like to know where I went wrong.
That's better. You appear to be a bit more penitent. A much better way to prepare oneself for the final punishment. I read aloud from the long list in front of me. The prosecutor came up to the bench and informed me he would have to drop the case against Powell. I was quite taken aback. And then I realized what this clever man had done. My anger had caused me to utter a prejudicial view of the accused. I should have known better. A man can be held accountable only for the offense for which he is being tried. It's a very sore point with me now. Imagine a magistrate of my experience being led into a mistrial. So, I had to let Powell off. But even as I acquitted him, I knew I had not heard the last of him.
How often do you suppose that has happened? That a judge finds the constraints of the law compel him to free a man he knows is guilty. And what a strange character is this John Powell. Does he really believe in his own innocence? Or like so many unfortunates, not know the difference between right and wrong? The facts have now been set before you. What fate has ordained will unfold when I return shortly with Act 2. Guides to the present by looking to the past. Claudius I, emperor and historian, has written, Judex damnatur ubi nocens absolvatur. The judge is condemned when a guilty person is acquitted. No doubt these words ring in our magistrate's ear, Judge Moore, as his heart pounds, his breath gasps, and he lies on his sickbed, remembering.
Stupid. I should have been more careful since the last time I'd had an attack of my heart. I've been pushing myself too hard. Too many cases, one right after the other, and now this one. This man, Powell. As I was told later, my acquittal of the accused did not sit well with the plaintiffs, Mr. and Mrs. Brown.
I've never heard of such a thing. The injustice of it. He's been stealing from us for months. We finally catch him at it, and then because of some technicality, the judge lets him go.
The law is the law, I suppose. I was surprised, too.
But now that man is free to roam the streets and steal whenever he's a mind to.
Puzzling to me, too, Margaret. Judge Moore is called the hanging judge of Holborn. He's been known to sentence a man to the scaffold for stealing 1 penny.
I tell you this. If the law is that helpless, I am not. I am going to see to it that every shopkeeper in London is told what a thief Jack Powell is. He will never work again in this city.
Oh, now, Margaret. Isn't that going a bit far? Where is your heart?
I shall make quite certain that man is never employed again.
Margaret Brown made good her threat. Most of these haberdashers know one another, and after being turned away from job after job, John Powell began to realize why. In his strange way, he felt as unjustly done by as the man he'd robbed. An eye for an eye, then, a tooth for a tooth. If Edgar Brown and his wife had set about destroying Powell's reputation, he would take steps to destroy theirs.
Margaret, come here.
What is it? Oh, the mail's come.
Read this.
Well, Tradesman Bank, High Holborn, London. Dear Mr. Brown, your request to us to extend your loan for another year has been denied. Moreover, we call your attention that you are defaulting payments, therefore the loan has become due and payable in full upon demand. Unless the payments are received by Monday next, we intend to bring suit against you for the full amount of the loan. Edgar, what does it mean?
I don't understand it. All the tradesmen deal with that bank. My reputation is secure. Ours is one of the best shops. We have the finest clientele. They must know I'm good for the money. Why would they do this?
You must go immediately to the bank and talk to them. I shall be here waiting for you.
Margaret, I'm back.
What did they say?
Maggie, I don't know what to do.
We'll begin by sitting down and catching your breath.
No, it's no use. I explained to the bank manager we've suffered extraordinary losses and only recently discovered an employee was the cause of it. He says this was not only the bank's attitude, but some of our suppliers as well.
What suppliers?
Some of the firms we buy from, the wholesalers, they got in touch with Tradesman's Bank asking about our credit.
Well, why would they do that? The Taplers, the shirt people?
Yes, and Anthony's and Willard Brothers, all of them.
But they've been our friends for years. Why did they ask the bank about our credit?
But I told the manager that, and he said, Mr. Brown, personal friendships are one thing, but business is business. I pressed him to know what had happened after all these years. Well, finally, I got him to tell me that certain letters had been received by our creditors and by the bank from someone, and they wouldn't say who, showing that we were overextended, would not be able to pay our bills, so the alarm went out. What it amounts to, Maggie, is that they've lost their confidence in us.
Unfortunately, the Browns had no way of meeting the obligation. They tried here, there, explained, promised, but to no avail. All their years of toil and effort were for nothing. But Edgar Brown was not the sort of an Englishman who gave up easily.
Margaret, I met Mr. Cleveland today in Regent's Park.
Haven't you anything better to do than stroll about London? You should be looking for work every moment.
Mr. Cleveland's an American. He used to come into the shop. He always liked what we sold. He was disappointed to hear that we'd gone bankrupt.
I wish you wouldn't say that word. You know it upsets me.
I have good news. Well, of a sort. I told Mr. Cleveland all about our unfortunate experience with the bank and our suppliers.
I don't think it's right you're telling every stranger of our troubles.
But he's no stranger, Margaret. He's a friend. I was quite frank with him. How unhappy we were to live in a city where an anonymous letter bears more weight than the word of a hard-working man. And he said, Mr. Cleveland did, why don't you emigrate to America? In his town of Boston, there's a great demand for haberdashers who know their trade. And he gave me his card, and he made me promise if we should decide to pull up stakes and go to Boston, to look him up.
Boston? America?
Yes, that's where it is. So I was thinking, why stay on here? Mr. Cleveland said America's a friendly place, and people there will be helpful. And then, what do you think he said?
What?
I'll advance you the steamship ticket, he said, you and your wife. But the man is practically a stranger.
Bless my soul, that man's a better friend than those we've known for years.
So what say, lass? Huh? Shall we do it? America?
Oh, yes, Edgar. To leave behind us that one thing that's been worrying me.
What one thing?
Who was it? Who wrote those horrible letters to the bank and the others? It must have been someone who knew us very well.
Yes, someone who hated us.
As nearly as I've been able to piece the story together, a short time afterwards, Mr. and Mrs. Brown packed their belongings and made for Plymouth, from which the boat was to sail the following day for Boston. But they had to wait. 5 days went by and the boat did not sail, a frequent occurrence on emigrant ships. Not anticipating such a delay, the Browns were practically down to their last penny.
Margaret, good news. The boat sails today.
Oh, thank the good Lord. I hate Plymouth. I thought you'd never leave this place.
So why do you say that? I've always loved the sea. My penance has been to live in the city. I wouldn't mind living in a seaport one bit.
I can't stand the sound of those seagulls night and day and that No.
Well, you shan't have to listen to them anymore. I just spoke with the ship's master, and he says we sail today.
Oh, I don't think I could have stood it any longer.
Oh, Margaret, dearest, Baskerville is a seaport. They've probably got seagulls and salt air there, too.
Oh, it isn't that so much, really. No, I'm not going to say anything. I'll just put it down to me being Irish and seeing things that aren't there.
Well, Maggie, lass, sometimes you are a bit on the nervous side. You with me?
You don't know. You haven't seen or felt anything.
But what is there?
You haven't sensed anything.
What are you trying to say, Margaret?
Someone is watching us.
Oh, come along with it.
I mean it. Wherever I go, I feel those eyes on me. I feel something evil. I know it. Sometimes out the corner of my eye, I see someone in the hall by our room. On the stairs. What time do we sail?
With the tide. About 7 o'clock this evening.
Oh, another whole day cooped up in this awful place. I can't stand it.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll take you down to the boat this morning. The captain said we could go aboard any time we wish. Now, the dock is only a minute from the inn. You find our cabin and you make yourself at home. It's going to be our home for a month, you know. Walk yourself about on the deck. Now, I'll come back here and pay the innkeeper, Mr. Ferris. He'll settle our bill, close up our trunk, and in an hour or so, I'll join you aboard.
Oh, dearest Edgar, thank you. Perhaps I am being silly and superstitious.
Oh, come along. Will you go fetch a traveling box and I'll walk into this ship.
I left the trunk open in the room. Be sure to close it tight. Oh.
What is it, Margaret?
Oh, I'm all right. It's nothing.
Oh, it's just not another hobgoblin, I hope.
Edgar, I might as well tell you. I'm going to have a baby.
Oh, my darling Margaret.
I've been carrying it for 3 months and I didn't even know.
Oh, my darling, darling.
I saw a doctor before I left London. He said I was fine.
And you never told me. This is the most wonderful thing. Just think of it. The 3 of us starting a new life in a new world.
So Margaret went aboard the ship, and Edgar went to pay his bill. The innkeeper noticed he'd barely enough pounds, shillings, and pence to pay in full. And when Edgar returned to his room, he was surprised to find the door open. He closed the trunk, locked it, put it on his shoulders, and left the inn by the back door.
Mr. Brown! Mr. Brown, would you wait a moment, please?
Oh, Mr. Ferris, didn't I pay you the correct amount for our lodgings?
Would you mind very much, sir, if we went back to the inn for a few minutes?
No, I don't suppose so.
I'd like to talk to you for a moment or so.
Not at all. I certainly can't stand here in the street with a trunk on my back and do much talking. What is it? I don't want to be too long. My wife will be worried.
There's been some trouble, and since you were just going out the back way...
What trouble? What's it got to do with me?
Our waiter, sir. He's just been to see me, and he said you were leaving by the rear door with your trunk, and...
Yes, so I was. It's a quicker road to the dock, and our trunk is not too light, you know. Now, where shall I set it down?
Right here, sir, in the front hall.
Oh, right? Yeah. Well, now, what's all this about your waiter?
Well, he made such a point of saying it was the back door you were leaving by.
Well, yes, I know what's bothering him. As you saw, Mr. Ferris, I had barely enough money to take care of our bill. I'm afraid the tip I gave the waiter was a bit niggardly.
Well, he didn't mention that, sir. But he wanted to know whether you paid your bill, seeing as how you were leaving the back way.
What?
Then the maid came down and said the gentleman in number 17 had just had his gold watch stolen.
Well, what has that got to do with me?
Now, please, Mr. Brown, I'd like to keep this quiet.
You are keeping me from boarding my ship. Now, what has this wretched theft of a watch got to do with me?
Number 17 is next to number 19, which was your room, sir. I very much regret detaining you, but I do have to search everyone here. Surely, Mr. Brown, since you are just leaving, you would have no objection to being searched first, and then you can go.
There now. The trunk is unlocked and open, so search away. I've never heard of such a thing. But careful not to mess up the clothes, please.
Oh, what is this?
Who put it there? Who has done this to me? Mr. Brown, dear me. I know nothing as to how that watch came into my trunk. I do not know anything. Mr. Brown, this concerns the honor of my house. You understand, if word of such thieving got about, who would feel safe here? I tell you, I know nothing about how that gold watch got into my trunk. Oh, ill-advised. I know, Mr. Brown, you are very low in funds. But this... I'm afraid you shall have to go before a magistrate. Oh, yes, by all means. Take me to the magistrate instantly, and let's have this diabolical plot unraveled. I welcome inquiry into my character and conduct, you hear? I did not take that watch and place it in my trunk, and God is my witness.
I'm afraid we shall have to ring down the curtain for a few minutes. Just when accusations are flying, the mystery is deepening, and the very life of poor Edgar Brown may be in jeopardy. And the ship he and his wife were to take may sail without them in a matter of hours. But take heart, in only a matter of minutes, I shall return with Act 3. This same Emperor Claudius, whom we quoted earlier, and this time I shall not speak the Latin, but only the translation, has written, "The law, being a tyrant, compels many things to be done contrary to nature," such as, for instance, claiming the life of a man as suitable punishment for stealing, for that was the barbarous criminal code of those days. Is that to be Edgar Brown's fate?
Come in. Mr. Hatfield, I hope I don't disturb you. Oh, not at all, Mr. Ferris. Well, you have a problem, I take it. And so you seek out that one of your guests, who is an attorney, myself. Am I right? Mr. Hatfield, it is not for myself. I am presuming upon your kindness, but since it does happen you are a member of the legal profession, I thought perhaps you might be of help. That's what I told Mrs. Brown. Ah, yes, that will be the wife of the accused Brown who was a guest here. I'm told he is fully committed for trial next month. Very distressing case, sir. Very strange indeed. What are you asking me to do, Ferris? If you would be so good as to see her. Well, by all means, have her in. Mrs. Brown, Mr. Hatfield will see you.
Thank you. Good day, Mr. Hatfield.
Please take a chair, Mrs. Brown. I shall leave you now, sir.
Mr. Hatfield, you're an attorney?
Well, just beginning, I'm afraid. Going on my first circuit. I confess to you, I have not been honored by more than 3 or 4 briefs.
I don't understand that innkeeper, Charles. First, he accuses my husband of theft and has taken him before a magistrate. Then, when my husband is falsely imprisoned, he offers to find me an attorney.
Mrs. Brown, you have to understand, Mr. Ferris was defending the good name of his inn. The gentleman who suffered the loss of his watch did, I believe, threaten legal proceedings against this house.
It's done now, and I do thank you for your patience, Mr. Hatfield. I am beside myself with anxiety. I know no one in Plymouth, and I have no money to pay you.
Well, I get a great many cases like that, Mrs. Brown. But when one begins in the law, that is to be expected.
I don't know what to do. I'm alone. The boat has gone out. I've sailed to America without it. My husband in a jail cell. Where do I turn?
And there is something quite inexplicable here, and I don't know yet what to make of it. Your husband, Mrs. Brown, and forgive me for asking this, has he always borne a good character?
Oh, yes, perfectly so. In his business, it came to nothing. That was unfortunate, and that, too, how that happened is as great a mystery as the gold watch in the trunk.
Where are you staying?
Mr. Ferris has kindly let me stay on here.
Good. Keep up your spirits, Mrs. Brown, and I shall pursue this as thoroughly as I can. Just try to hold on to hope. You have only each other to think of.
There are going to be 3 of us, Mr. Hatfield. I'm to have a baby. We were so hoping our first child would be born in the new world. Now what life does to you. We were doing so well, Edgar and I, until we took on that assistant.
I shall begin immediately, Mrs. Brown, by talking to the innkeeper. When you leave, would you be good enough to ask Mr. Ferris to join me? What worries me, Ferris, is the fact that Judge Moore will be on the bench. I've seen him in his black robes, putting on the black cap to render sentence. He is very severe,
And if exculpatory evidence fails to materialize...
Excuse me, Mr. Hatfield. What was that word?
If evidence that will explain the presence of the watch in Mr. Brown's trunk is not found, then Mr. Brown runs the grave risk of the ultimate penalty. Of course, I didn't go into that with his wife.
But I thought hanging was at the discretion of the judge. Is it a law? Death for theft?
Well, let us suppose Mr. Brown is innocent. What do I have to go on? Mrs. Brown's assurance that her husband is of good character? But good character, by the law of England, goes for nothing when the Crown presents facts to the jury.
You believe he's innocent?
He's my client. Of course I do. This is not a simple case, nor will it be heard by a simple judge. Judge Moore is himself a man of spotless character, and word has it that it is no extraordinary thing for him to sentence 20 men to hang at Newgate before lunch. Gentlemen of the jury, may I point out there is a total want of any direct evidence of the prisoner's guilt.
Mr. Hatfield, you will kindly address the bench and the bench only.
Your Worship, I beg forgiveness. I forgot myself. I submit the alleged guilt of the accused
has not been proven to your satisfaction, Mr. Hatfield. It has to mine. Does the accused, what's his name again? Oh, yes. Mr. Angus Brown. No, Edgar Brown. Does he have any statement to make before I address the jury?
No, Your Worship. Mr. Brown reserves that privilege after verdict has been reached.
By then, it may be too late. Foreman, has the jury arrived at a verdict?
We have, Your Worship.
The prisoner will stand and face the jury. Foreman, how do you find the prisoner?
Guilty as charged.
Oh, Lord in heaven, help us!
We will have no more such disturbances. Prisoner, approach the bench. Have you anything to urge why the sentence of death should not be passed upon you?
Oh, I could say much, Sir Hangman Judge, why the sentence should not be pronounced. Some person on this earth has sought me out to deliberately ruin me forever. And hand in hand with him are yourselves, jury, and judge. Life or death at your bidding. A privilege belonging only to God.
Prisoner at the bar! I cannot listen to such observations. You have been found guilty by a jury of your countrymen. With that finding, I entirely agree.
I warn you, Sir Death, and it is a voice from the tomb, that all of you are about to commit a most cruel and deliberate murder.
I will not have such words spoken here. It is the law. Not the jury or ourselves that pass the sentence. You, sir, prisoner, Edgar Brown. From your habits and education, you should have been above committing so base a crime. However, now you must pay with your presence on the scaffold.
No!
My lord, before the leaves fall from the trees, you will be struck down and fall also. You will appear at the bar of another world to answer for the innocent life, my life, which you have cast away.
Take him from me!
You will die, Hangman Judge. You will die. I know it.
A month later, on a Monday, the noose was tightened about Edgar Brown's neck. That morning, I couldn't rise from my bed. I felt a choking sensation the very instant he dropped through the trapdoor. All day, and for many days, I could hear the words, "You will die." After spring came summer, and then the leaves began to turn. The circuit took me to the west of England, where a certain John Powell had been put in chains for robbing a farmer of 8 shillings. The prisoner will approach the bench. Do you have anything to say before the sentence of death is passed upon you?
I most certainly do.
There's a great deal on my mind, your lordship. You may remember Edgar Brown, my lord, whom you hanged on the first day of spring.
What of him, fellow?
Why, my lord, only this. He was as innocent of the crime for which you hanged him as a child unborn. A child unborn to Mrs. Brown, I might add.
Inhuman, monstrous villain.
I was there at their assizes. I heard you, my lord. Society would be dissolved if an innocent man were not hanged. A human life for a gold watch.
Remove the prisoner! That was yesterday. I fainted. My heart almost stopped. I was put to bed. And I lie here now, remembering. This morning I feel better. To be a judge on behalf of the crown is my calling. It is my mission in life to rid the world of such scum as this foul animal. Oh, I can see through him. He plots for a mistrial. Ha! There'll be no mistrial. I shall rise from bed, and at 10 this morning I will render the sentence. Prisoner, you will stand to hear sentence.
I am not finished, my lord.
Finished? Oh, yes, you are.
I had not said all I wished to say. This poor Brown, I stole from him. And yet you, yes, it was you who freed me. Freedom. Oh, it helped me not. No one would employ me. My wife left me. So I said about my kind of justice. I wrote letters to his creditors, frightened them, caused his bankruptcy. But even that was not enough for me. The madness of my revenge would not stop. I followed him to Plymouth, and when my chance came, put that watch in his trunk. It was I. It was sweet when he was jailed for theft as I was jailed. But Edgar Brown was not as fortunate as I, my lord. Judge Moore, the same hanging judge, would not let him off.
The prisoner will be quiet, so that sentence can be...
You know, my lord, that Mrs. Brown destroyed herself. The coroner's jury said she'd fallen accidentally into the water, the bay at Plymouth, into the sea that she hoped would carry them to a new life.
Drowned herself?
Killed herself with a newborn in her arms. I saw her corpse with the dead infant, and then I knew that I was lost, doomed to everlasting hell. But you and I, your lordship, shall go down together. No more hangings for you. We are both prisoners. Stand up, your lordship, and be judged at the bar.
Stand up and be judged. Those were the last words Judge Moore heard on earth. He cried out and pitched forward across the bench. His heart had given out. Can you imagine that not so long ago, stealing was punishable by hanging? How far have we come that even murder itself today does not warrant the death sentence? A few more thoughts on this subject when I return shortly. One last return to the philosophic Emperor Claudius, who wrote, "Justice is pictured wearing a blindfold so that she cannot see the injustice practiced in her name." I said when we began, I hoped that by pointing a finger at our past, we might be the wiser and seek to improve the present. And all of us can. Our cast included Court Benson, Terry Keane, Earl Hammond, and William Griffiths. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams. Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Are you ever overcome these days by a kind of helpless feeling that you are hopelessly trapped in a plastic world? That your life is invaded, even ruled, by that faceless, inhuman monster, the computer? This is the story of a man, such as you and me, and of the lengths to which we, too, might be driven.
Walter, look out! Young fool, he could have killed us.
It wasn't his fault. I didn't see him.
Oh, darling, you must have seen him coming out of the side road.
No, I didn't see him.
Oh, look, if you're planning to kill yourself, Walt, please don't do it with me in the car.
Our mystery drama, Sorry to Let You Go, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Ian Martin and stars Mandel Kramer. It is sponsored in part by True Value Hardware Stores and Buick Motor Division. I'll be back shortly with Act One. The human being ever loses out to the machine, what will have defeated man is the machine's impersonality. You can't come to grips with a machine, let alone fight it. It's like all the mythic terror figures who grew a fresh arm or head as fast as you lopped it off, or drew new strength from the ground every time they were knocked down, or who were impervious to any fear of defeat, and so never suffered it. The machine suffers no reverses because it cannot feel. So in the contest, man must always be the loser. Or must he?
Resting place, defeated, pinned beneath the wheel of my car. Walter Hayes, born August 20th, 1932, died September 14th, 1977. Requiescat in pace. Well, maybe. No more running away from that faceless ghost I was afraid to face. That modern-day specter that stalked my heels into the oblivion I was consigned to 3 months ago with 5 short words. Sorry to let you go. Sorry to let you go. Sorry to let you go.
Files of records, Miss Thompson speaking. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Mr. Portman. Walter Hayes is out of the office at the moment. Yes, that's right. Today's the 14th of July. Oh, I see. Well, it's not on his calendar, but I'll be sure to remind him. Oh, Mr. Hayes, you just had a phone call.
Oh, who was it?
Mr. Portman, he wanted
Forget it, Sandy.
But, Mr. Hayes, it was business.
All the more reason to file and forget it. I won't be taking any more calls, business or otherwise.
Oh, what is it, Mr. Hayes? Can I help you?
Yeah, I wish you could, but it's too late for that.
Oh, what are you doing?
Cleaning out my desk.
Why?
Because I just got my walking papers, Sandra. I'm leaving.
What? You mean you were fired?
Well, the actual words were a little kinder than that. Sorry to let you go.
You mean just like that, with no warning?
Just like that. The decision was made the way everything else around here is these days, by computer.
But that's inhuman.
Isn't it just?
It's not fair.
Well, I'll have time to look around. I get 3 months severance pay.
Oh, I didn't mean that, sir. I meant you've been with this company for Well, how many years?
I'd hate to count. Ever since I came out of college. All my business life.
And you suddenly get dumped. It's a disgrace. I mean, a person could lose out maybe to another person who did the job better, but to get dumped by a machine...
Well, it's a mechanical age. The new computer makes my job unnecessary.
But it's scary. It could happen to all of us.
Let me see. Pictures of my wife, Louise, son, Buzz, daughter, Susan. Desk pen, fondly awarded with suitable inscription from a grateful company on my 10th anniversary. Engraved ashtray, ditto my 15th year. The good old days, BC.
BC?
Before computers. Now, let's see what's in here. Half a pack of tissues, shirt button, World Almanac, 1963. Well, I'll take the pictures, the mementos, the almanac can go in the wastebasket. So, that's that.
Are you leaving now?
Why not? I'm all packed. Not much to show for over 20 years occupancy. I seem to have become quite a machine myself.
Oh, that isn't true. You've been kind and patient and generous, and I don't know a nicer man.
Well, thank you, Sandra. I hope my wife feels the same way when she gets the news.
Oh, Mr. Hayes.
Oh, come on now. Come on, Sandy. It isn't that bad. I'll tell you what. Why don't I blow you to a farewell lunch and a drink?
Oh, I better not.
Oh, sure, of course. I forgot you have to stick around and find a foxhole. I can't protect you anymore.
Oh, it isn't that. It's what I was trying to tell you about the phone call. You've already got a lunch date. Mr. Portman is expecting you at Mario's.
Ed? That's right. I'd forgotten about him. I don't know. I don't think I want to see any old friends. Wait a minute. He's just the guy I ought to see. You know, it's funny. Just a few months ago, he was talking to me about a position with his firm.
Oh.
Yep. I think lunch with Ed and a couple of strong martinis may be just what I need.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes, Sandy?
I know you'll find something.
Yeah. But walking through the office, watching how everyone averted glances and became suddenly busy, I wasn't quite so sure of myself. The first numbness was wearing off. Don't be ridiculous, Walt, allowing these worms of doubt to nibble at your self-confidence. You'll find another job. No problem, for crying out loud. Your friend Ed sitting at Mario's just waiting to offer you one.
Now, what you'll need, Walt, is another drink.
No, thanks.
You must have something on your mind. Now, what is it? Dame trouble?
No, nothing like that. I've been kicking around the idea of maybe making a change in jobs, Ed.
Why'd you want to do a thing like that?
No, just a notion. Thinking back to something that you happened to mention a few months ago.
Me?
Don't you remember? You were all revved up about me coming over to your shop.
Oh, forget it, Walt. Pipe dreams. We got in a new efficiency expert who blew the whole picture. We're not looking for warm bodies anymore. We're putting in the mechanical marvel.
Computers?
Yeah. You shove a lousy card in the slot, and out comes the answer to everything.
Look, Ed, I'm not joking. I'm asking you about that job you mentioned in your department in sales.
No, that's way below you, Walt. I mean, those guys start at $6,500 in commission. If they rouse their bustles off, they're lucky to clear $12,000 to $15,000 a year. And without the know-how, even a guy like you couldn't climb back to his own salary in 10 years. Walt, you're sitting in a catbird seat. What do you want to change jobs for anyway?
Ed, I just got fired. I'm looking for a job.
Oh, well, no problem for you to find one, old buddy.
I hope.
Sure. Oh, hey, Walt, I meant to tell you when I came in that we kind of blew the lunch. I mean, it's a little late, and I'm going to have to duck out.
Well, don't let me keep you.
Oh, you understand.
Sure I do, Ed. Anton.
No, this is on me. What the heck? I'm the working stiff.
No, I'll get it. I'm not on the ropes yet.
No, my invite. I'll pick up the check. And, I'll do you one more favor, Walt.
What's that?
Free advice from an old salesman.
Don't tell anyone else you're out of a job.
Why? It's no disgrace.
Maybe, but take a tip and play it smart. Never carry your hat in your hand. Let them come to you. It's the way you can hold out for the dough. And at our time of life, the family load we carry, dough is the name of the game. What we gotta have, old buddy. And don't you ever forget it.
So that's what my sometime friend Ed Portman left me with. Not the queasy seed of fear, that was already there, but the fertilizer to nourish it and make it grow. Suddenly, a ghastly parade of all the things my paycheck went to sustain was unreeling in my mind. The payments on the house, the cars, the furniture. Well, that was only the beginning. There was taxes, school fees, the wall-to-wall carpeting that had seemed such a necessity, light, heat, water, commutation. There's nothing of insurance. Insurance on the house, the cars, hospitalization, furniture, the floater on personal items and jewelry. Most important of all, the company life insurance. That ends, too, with my job. The first thing I have to do is convert.
No point in rushing to convert, Mr. Hayes. You're fully covered till the end of your severance.
Well, I don't want to let it go.
Oh, of course not. But at your age, conversion would be very expensive. Let's hope it can be avoided.
Yes, let's do that.
Wait a few weeks. As soon as you're employed again, undoubtedly there'll be a new group policy.
And if I'm not employed?
Automatically, we'll convert to term life for you. Would you want to carry as much as your firm has been carrying?
Well, of course. Why not?
Well, without the advantage of a group rate... Well, I mean, as an individual, it would be rather costly.
Well, there'll be one comfort. At least I'll know I'm worth something, even if it's dead.
Oh, you'll be employed again in no time.
No wonder. You better write up that policy just in case.
Well, I'll send you a binder as soon as your present coverage runs out.
All right. How much will it cost, by the way?
At your present coverage, something between $2,000 and $3,000 a year. But it won't be necessary. I'm sure you'll be back on some group plan any day.
Any day. Mr. Swanson.
Yes?
One more favor.
Yes.
If you should call or have to get in touch with me at home, I'd appreciate it if you don't mention anything about, well, my wife doesn't know about me, of course, and I'm not sure that she should yet.
Why, Mr. Hayes, of course. That's your business, not mine.
When I left Swanson's office, I could have gotten the 3:05 home, but I didn't. My regular train was the 6:05, so I waited for that. It's been a long wait with nowhere to go and some extra drinks to pass the time. Maybe that accounted for my depression and my panic. I dreaded meeting Louise at the station. What was I going to tell her, the truth? Or play it close to my vest till I found a new job? If I found a new job. That, as Hamlet said, was the rub. Well, thank heaven for some extra drinks and the monotonous motion of the train. For the moment, I can go to sleep and forget it. Still, as I drifted under, the terrible thought that was hammering in my head in time to the clacking wheels was, don't worry, Walt. You're worth more dead. Don't worry, Walt. You're worth more dead.
Neurotic? Walter Hayes? Mr. Ordinary Commuter, middle-level executive, secure in the high upper percentile of any job profile study in America? But now suddenly unemployed in a computerized society and joining a shockingly large army of his fellow citizens. Are his fears justified? Is it true that he is worth more dead than alive? I shall return shortly with Act 2. On the 602 out of Grand Central, Walter Hayes is dying Shakespeare's Little Death. He is sound asleep, blissfully unaware of passing time. In a moment, he will wake to reality, that special, shocking reality that he is a man without a job. A temporary situation, of course. Or is it? That's what we're about to find out. And just how desperate a man in Walter Hayes' position can become.
I suppose the trainman must have called out Barrystone, the station before mine, or maybe it was the jolt of the train stopping and starting again, but suddenly, even with my eyes closed, I was awake and realizing that any moment now, after the drive from the station, I'd have to face my wife. What was I going to tell her?
Walter, over here.
Oh, hi, Louise. Well, how'd you get my car?
Oh, darling, I'm sorry to greet you with disaster, Walt, but the generator went on the station wagon.
Oh?
I had to have it towed to the service station, and then I caught a maxi taxi down to the parking lot to pick up your car.
Oh, you poor darling. Sounds as though it's been a bad day.
Oh, horrendous. I hope yours was better.
Mine?
Yes. Darling, do me a favor.
Of course.
Don't give me any office cliffhangers. I don't think I could stand it. I'm just barely coping.
I won't.
No, don't go around. I'll slide over. You drive.
All right. Kids okay?
At last report. About all that is.
What's that mean?
Oh, I don't know. The washing machine is making those ominous sounds again, and the septic tank man says we've got to have new fields.
How much?
Oh, we won't even estimate the way prices are.
Well, cheer up, darling. It's only money.
Which we never seem to have enough of. Oh, well, never mind me. How was your day? And if anything went wrong, don't tell me. I might dissolve in helpless tears.
Oh, it was just a run-of-the-mill day. Nothing special. So that settled that. I wasn't going to tell Louise. I wasn't going to tell anyone that I'd lost my job. Not till I found a new one. Suddenly that cold wrenching was back in my stomach. Supposing I didn't. Involuntarily, I shut my eyes against the prospect.
Walter, look out! Young fool, he could have killed us.
It wasn't his fault. I didn't see him.
Oh, you must have seen him coming out of the side road.
No, I didn't see him.
Oh, look, if you're planning to kill yourself, Walt, please don't do it with me in the car. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. You know I didn't mean that. Oh, my nerves are just shot today. Come on, let's get home.
I knew now for sure one thing I could always do if I had the courage. I'd even said it openly to the insurance man. As long as the policy was in force, I was worth a lot more dead than alive. Maybe that was the answer. Didn't your mother have a checkup today?
She did.
Well, what's the news?
Oh, medically, healthy as a horse. Physically, I should say.
What else?
Oh, Walt, let's not drag through it. My mother is a horror, and we both know it, but we're stuck with her. Come on, darling. Let's get a move on. I'd like to get home.
Doctors, don't any of them know what they're doing.
What is it you're sorry they didn't find, Bertie?
What does that mean?
Mother, you don't have some major disaster to report.
Well, you don't have to sound as if you're sorry, I don't believe.
I was only trying to help out.
What do doctors know?
Oh, you can say that again.
What?
I mean, you already said it once. Just a kind of a joke.
I don't see anything funny about the state of my health.
Neither do I, Bertie.
What did you say?
Oh, it's not worth repeating. Cheer up, Bertie. From the medical report, you're going to be around a long time.
How do you know? Oh, I've got my troubles, but I just don't talk about them. Some of us know how to bear our crosses silently.
Mother, will you stop being such a hypocrite?
Hypocrite?
That's what I said.
To talk to a sick old woman like
You're no more sick than I am. Or maybe I don't even mean that, because I am sick.
Sick? Of what?
Of hearing you go on and on complaining.
Louise, honey.
No, Walt. Don't try to stop me. I've had a bad day, and Mother is the capper, and I can't take it. I've had her up to here.
Well, I never. I suppose you
wanted me to go to the doctor's and come back and tell you I was dying.
Oh, for pity's sake, I couldn't...
That's what you want, both of you, isn't it? You'd like to have me dead and out of the way.
Oh, Bertie, I never even suggested it. I'm sure Lou didn't mean
If I put my mind to it, I'll outlive you all. No matter how much you'd like to see me gone.
Of course, the whole thing was ridiculous. She was an impossible woman. But suddenly, what she was accidentally implying made a huge amount of sense. One thing Bertie had, in addition to a small trust fund, was a whopper of an insurance policy her ex-husband had taken out and which was all paid up. I suddenly looked at her in stark, horrible realization that if anyone had to die, it was better her than me. So for 6 weeks, I kept up my miserable masquerade. Every morning I left on my regular train as if going to work. Exchanged the same stupid pleasantries with my supposed fellow laborers, and every night I returned in my regular 6:05, the same process in reverse. At first, the deception wasn't too difficult, because Sandra Thompson, my former secretary, was there to take messages and cover for me. Then came the moment of decision. Morning, Sandy.
Oh, morning, Mr. Hayes.
Any messages for me?
Sorry, no.
Well, that figures.
You haven't found anything yet?
Nope. Only bright spot is that I have you to cover for me in case something does turn up. I'll check back with you around noon.
Mr. Hayes?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to cover for you any longer.
Oh?
You see, I got my walking papers now. Not even the pool. Just 2 weeks to try to get located.
Oh, that's a shame, Sandy. But you'll find something else.
Will I? You haven't found it so easy, have you?
Well, it's different for me, Sandy. I mean, I can't type or take dictation. I just execute. I'm learning by bitter experience that I don't know how to do anything else but run an efficient records and file system. And it seems a machine can do that better in the last analysis.
It's machines for everything nowadays. Nobody seems to want people anymore. I hate that computer in there. You know, I've got so I dream about it at night. I have nightmares that it grows arms and legs and joins up with all the other computers to trample everyone to death. Like that big old machine. I can't think of the name of it.
The Juggernaut?
That's it. A steamroller that crushes everyone to death that stands in its way. I tell you, I'm scared, Mr. Hayes.
I know just how you feel, Sandra. Because so am I. So am I. So the masquerade became more and more difficult. The long hours in town more and more impossible to fill. I'd exhausted all avenues looking for work. It was getting too cold to sit in the park, and I could neither stand nor afford any more day-long movies. Better to spend the time in a bar nursing a drink. At least that ate away the cold edges of the icy terror that kept growing in me like a tumor. I should have had the courage to tell Louise the truth, but I didn't. Or to tell anyone the truth. Instead, more and more I began to fantasize. And the main fantasy, more and more, became Bertie. Because if I couldn't support my family, she was the only possible means left.
Walter?
Huh? What's that? Who's there?
It's Bertie.
What are you doing here on the train?
I'm not on the train. I'm in your mind. You know very well I am.
Now, Bertie.
Now, don't you now, Bertie me. You know you can't stand me. You want to get rid of me. Particularly now.
That's a terrible thing to say.
It would be a terrible thing to do. But it would solve a lot of problems, wouldn't it, Walt?
Ridiculous.
It isn't a matter of what you want, but just how to go about it. Isn't that it?
No, please.
Now, who's the hypocrite in the family? Face up, Walt. How about a fire? Not a bad idea, is it? All my insurance? And we all know I smoke too much and get careless with cigarettes.
Bertie, have heart.
Louise and the kids are going up to visit your folks. I'll be alone in the house, and you're supposed to be driving straight up to join them. Why don't you just burn up the whole house and me with it and have a chance to make a fresh start?
Wait a minute, sir. Where do you think you're going?
I've got to get in there. That's my house.
Hey, wait. Now, just take it easy, mister. No house is worth your life.
It's not the house I'm worried about.
That's all there is. Your neighbors just told us your whole family packed up in the station wagon and left a couple of hours ago. The house is empty. Nobody's in there.
It was as though time stood still. There it was. The perfect opportunity. The perfect out. Laid right in my lap. Nobody but me knew that Bertie was in that house. How much weight would I carry on my conscience, since Bertie herself, with her eternal falling asleep while smoking, must have started the fire herself? All I had to do was sit tight and leave Bertie to the fate she'd brought on herself.
You do in the same circumstances? No, I shouldn't say do. I should say, what would cross your mind? The temptation might be there, wouldn't you say? But of course, you or I would resist it. Or would we? Let's find out, anyway, what Walter Hayes did when I return shortly with Act 3. It wasn't a very big fire, but the danger was. It was a foam rubber fire. Ever seen or experienced what foam rubber does when it burns? It creates a thick, black, acrid smoke that clogs the lungs and can smother you in moments. This fire is mainly confined to the chair where Bertie had been sitting when she fell asleep, and the lit cigarette dropped from her fingers. Now, a few pitiful, staggering steps from it, she lies, a frail little heap on the floor, overcome by the greasy, suffocating smoke. One small step in time from eternity.
What do you mean there's nobody? My mother-in-law's in there. Holy maloney. Jim, Fred, get some oxygen and follow me in. And get a pull motor on standby. There's an old lady trapped inside.
A wave of relief swept over me. I couldn't stand Bertie. The accidental death would have been a blessing to me and my family. If I'd kept quiet, the firemen would have been too late to save her. But I couldn't have her death on my conscience. For the first time in weeks, I felt like a man again. But my relief was short-lived. The next 2 weeks were murdered, living in a motel while the house was cleaned and restored.
Oh, poor darling, you look a wreck. Couldn't you take some time off from the office?
No, I can't, Lou. The bills are piling up.
Yes, but the insurance company pays for everything, doesn't it?
Well, the home insurance, up to a point. I mean, there's an allowance, but it doesn't quite cover it.
Oh, thank the Lord for it, though. You know, it's a wonderful thing, insurance. I don't know what we'd be doing without it.
No, it's one thing I'll make sure you never have to do without.
What'd you say?
Nothing, honey, nothing. There's my train. I better get going.
Yeah, see you tonight.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Walt?
What, dear?
Just, I love you very much, and
what?
Nothing. Only that I'm always sorry to let you go.
All the way in on the train, that damn phrase kept running around in my mind like a hamster on a wheel. Sorry to let you go. Sorry to let you go. The way all this had started. The way more and more it seemed it must inevitably end. Poor Lou. She had no idea how near she was to losing me. Oh, how I longed to tell her the way things really were, to have her put her arms around me and comfort me. Hi, Lou.
Oh, darling. How was your day?
Oh, the usual.
Oh, you look so tired. Come on, climb in. I'll drive.
Yeah, I could stand that. How was your day?
Oh, don't mention it. We're not going to get back in the house for at least a week. The kids are griping about the motel. My hairdresser just retired to get married. And the vacuum hose is busted again. 2 days of Birdie home is enough to drive anyone up the wall. And... Oh, did you bring home your check?
Oh, no, I forgot to pick it up. Why?
Oh, it was just a... Well, I had a call from the bank. They said we're overdrawn.
Overdrawn? That's ridiculous. I'll straighten that out with Charlie Northup first thing in the morning.
Well, he seemed sort of upset as if... Well, there isn't anything wrong, is there?
Wrong? What could be wrong?
I don't know. You just haven't seemed yourself lately.
Well, with the fire and all, nobody has.
I meant even before that.
Look, Lou, it's just that I've been working too hard,
Well,
that's
it's
all.
about time they paid you properly for it. Aren't you due for a raise?
Not this year. Look, Lou, I
don't know why. The very least I hope you expect is a thundering good bonus. We can use it. I don't understand how with all the money you make, we're in debt up to our ears.
Funny, I was ready to tell Lou just before she brought up the debts. But, I don't know, that kind of knocked the pins out from under me. I was ashamed to tell her what we were about to face. I felt inadequate. Ashamed. I couldn't admit it. That I was a failure. I mean, Lou could have married any one of a dozen guys who'd all become big success stories. Most of them are still our friends. I didn't want them to know about me, so now I was no longer just afraid, I was desperate. That's why when I bumped into Ed Portman the next day, even though I knew he'd been avoiding me, I was ready to swallow my pride. Hi, Ed.
Well, hey, Walt. Where you been hiding yourself?
Oh, I've been around. I just haven't run into you.
Yeah, well, I've been on the road quite a bit. Say, how's it going, fella?
Well, I'm still out of a job.
Hey, that's tough. Say, I wish I'd run into you sooner. We could have shot the breeze some. But you just caught me on the way to a board meeting.
Well, look, maybe that's a good time.
Yeah?
Maybe you could put me up for a job.
Hey, now, we talked about that, remember?
Ed, you once couldn't wait to have me come over with you. You said that.
Yeah, but the boat sailed on
Look,
that.
Ed, I'm desperate. Get me anything, Ed. Take me on as a salesman.
Oh, now that's for kids fresh out of college. It's expensive training, Walt, and you can't expect a company to lay out like that for a man your age.
Ed, I've got to get something. What am I going to do?
Oh, well, something will turn up. Hey, look, take this card. Try these people.
Who are they?
Just what the doctor ordered for you. It's a real live wire agency for placing people in executive positions. Where you belong, Walt. If anyone can find you a spot, they can. Oh, well, I gotta run. I'll be seeing you.
He waddled away, even his back expressing relief that he'd gotten away from the leper. I was so mad for a moment that I was looking at him through a red haze, my hands gripped so tightly that the nails dug into my palms. As soon as my hands stopped shaking, I read the card. Executives Unlimited, it said. For the chance of a lifetime. And the last chance may be of mine. I decided to follow it up. I don't know how I got through the next days waiting to hear from the agency. I'd left my dossier with them and they'd promised to be in touch. Then this morning, today, the letter setting the appointment was there, along with another one from the insurance company. It was a new policy for term life. And the premium was $2,740. It might as well have been $27 million. I had one check left on my severance pay still coming, and the old insurance was still in force until the end of the month. I went by the office to pick up my last check, and on the way out, I stopped in the computer room. I watched it clicking away, impersonally doing my job. It was all I could do not to tear it apart, to smash it, destroy it as it had destroyed me. And feeling a little ridiculous, I headed for my interview.
I have read your background, Mr. Hayes. It's very impressive, but I'm afraid we can't help you.
Why not?
We couldn't hope to find you anything at your price level.
Well, I'm willing to take a little less than I was making.
That wouldn't help.
Well, you don't question my ability.
It isn't a matter of that, sir. It's your age.
My age? Look, I'm only 48.
In today's corporate setup, the fringe benefits make you, I'm afraid, virtually unemployable.
What do you mean?
Pension, insurance, welfare, major medical. It's just a statistical matter, of course, but for a company to employ you at the cost rates for your age bracket would be ruinously expensive. The rates would be prohibitive.
Well, look, suppose I wanted to waive the fringe benefits. Isn't that possible?
In certain special and isolated cases, yes. But not with the companies we deal with, or most companies today. It's hopelessly inefficient for them to make personal deals at the middle level. They look for someone to fit the machine.
The machine?
Yes, sir.
You're telling me that I'm not employable?
Not quite, sir. What I say...
What kind of a world is this that's run by machines? No matter what my background or intelligence or ability, you're telling me that because I've reached a certain age, I don't punch up the right holes in a card, so I don't fit the machine? That the mistake I make in being a human being and not a mechanical robot, designed to fit the right blueprint and specifications? Isn't there any room in the world for people anymore? I don't remember getting home. I just remember too many drinks while waiting for the regular train and a dull, throbbing knowledge that it was over, really all over. I was going to have to be dead to be worth a damn. I drove home from the station parking lot. Louise opened the door for me.
Walter, what's the matter with you?
What's the difference?
Keep your voice down. The difference is there's a living room full of friends waiting for you. Darling, don't you remember it's our anniversary party?
No. Look, I can't see anyone.
Walter, you've been drinking. Oh, my darling, what is it? What's changed you? You push me aside. You avoid your friends. Darling, what's happened? You're not ill, are you?
Yes, I'm sick. I'm sick to death, Lou. If you want to know what happened, I can't face any of you because I'm a failure. I lost my job 3 months ago, and I can't get another. And I found out today I never will. Only way I'll be of any use anymore is to be dead.
Walter! Walter! Darling, please, don't! Don't!
Lou's voice was gone, drowned by the roar of the engine. And I was off to that last rendezvous made for me 3 months ago. The only voice sounding in my ear, the echo of my sentence. Sorry to let you go. Sorry to let you go. I came back to pain. Pain in every bone of my body. And that smell, which only means a hospital. When I opened my eyes, Louise was bending over me.
Hello, darling.
Hello, Lou. I guess I'm going to live.
Oh, yes. Thank God.
I even failed at this.
Oh, all right. That's enough self-pity.
Self-loathing. It's more like it. Not that I was the one really screwed up this time. I had it in my mind, Lou, but I didn't really try to commit suicide.
I know, dear. You know, I've pieced a lot together during the 4 days the doctors have been putting you back together.
Am I back together?
Oh, well, it'll take time, but you'll be as good as new.
No way. I wasn't any use before I cracked up. I'm not going to be any use after.
Oh, now just knock it off. What was the matter with you anyway? I mean, why didn't you tell me? What was the big secret?
Lou, the big secret is it's a machine age. There's no room for people anymore.
Oh, come off it. The only thing that counts is people. The right ones. Don't ever sell them short.
Lou, I couldn't find a job.
Because you didn't ask people. Why, Jack Snow and Hank Jessup both have jobs waiting for you as soon as you're on your feet. If they'd known you were out of work, they'd have grabbed you in a minute.
Not that easy, Lou. Today it's all machines.
Oh, that's silly.
Nothing but computers.
If I were you, I wouldn't sell computers short.
Why? What do you mean?
But, darling, if it weren't for a computer, we wouldn't be sitting pretty financially till you're back on your feet and ready to go to work.
What?
Well, that's how they found the guy who drove you off the road and didn't stop.
What do you mean, how they found him?
There were tire tracks, smudges of his paint on your car, some chrome ripped off his car, and a piece of the license plate. A very smart police sergeant programmed all the clues and fed them into a computer. The computer put the finger on the hit-and-run driver.
Ah, you see? The computer. You can't win.
Oh, darling, yes, you can. No matter how complicated it is or how efficient, the machine still has to be run by someone. People are the only thing that really count. Ward?
Yeah, honey?
Buzz is all ready to cut the grass, but the darn machine won't start. Would you mind?
Of course not, darling. My pleasure. I feel very confident as I kiss my wife. It's the last day of my convalescence, and tomorrow I go to work. Ironically, I'll be programming systems for a computer. But I'm top dog, you see. Because the machine is only as good as the man that runs it. People are what really count. So next time the electric bill is wrong, or a credit card company is still irritatingly tacking on that finance charge you don't owe, don't feel too bad about the computer. It's only as good or bad as the person that runs it. I'll be back shortly. Suddenly, in leaving you, I feel a small twinge of guilt. Perhaps in this conflict of today between man and machine, I'm a little too optimistic. Day by day, the machine becomes more sophisticated. Perhaps someday we may lose out. It was Satchel Paige who said, "Never look back. Something might be gaining on you." Our motto might be, "Don't look too far into the future. We may find that it has." Our cast included Mandel Kramer, Bryna Rayburn, Leon Janney, Arnold Moss, and Joan Shea. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. And now, a preview of our next tale.
Something so mysterious about those men.
Oh, yes, mysterious. That's the word. Oh, I'll never forget their faces. I can tell you that.
Yes, especially the second man.
You know the phrase that comes to my mind? You know what the phrase is? The walking death.
Yes. His face was more transparent than white. Like a face of impure wax.
Oh, what a strange feeling has come over me. Like a chill.
Yes, I think a breath of air is what we need now.
Oh, yes, I'll second that. Those two men down there have knocked the stuffing out of me. I can't imagine why.
What did you call the second man? The one who was chasing the first?
You mean the way he looked?
Yeah, I remember. The walking death.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.